Hello, friends.
Hi, friends. Happy Wednesday.
We're here.
We're doing our best Kylie travels in the morning, so it's been a rush around the house to get everything ready.
It's been a big ol' mess today, but I don't think it's just that. I think it is just in the air today. Also, R.I.P. Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Absolute queen. That made me so sad today. Off topic. Sorry. Hi, we're back. We're here to play some Root for you. I'm so excited. So excited. We haven't done this in over a month, but we're here and we're gonna do the things. Do we have any housekeeping? We'll be back. We will not be back Monday, so we will be dark Monday holiday. Because I will be out and about, and everybody else should be able to enjoy their holiday as well. So dark next Monday, but we will be back again next week for more Root. My brain's just stopping.
We don't have anything else planned for us. The first part of the Muppet finale, though, will be June 5th, and during the June 5th show is when we will premiere the trailer for our next show.
Yeah.
That I'm personally very invested in and excited about. We'll do cast announcement that night and all of that, and then if you want any sort of preview beforehand, first one goes up in our Discord this weekend. So if you want to, you can join our Discord, and a channel for that will pop up in the next couple of days, and starting Saturday there will be previews of art and things that will not spoil what we're doing, but perhaps give some early insight. So I am very excited because I did all the art myself for this campaign. I'm still actively doing all the art myself for this campaign. It's not done yet, but it will be soon.
I spent part of today making a Pinterest board.
I appreciate you because I would like to get your character art done.
I've gotten real invested in her,
Good.
And I feel like I've maybe gone too deep.
Going
because I feel like when I go really deep, I never actually get to touch any of it. But that's okay. I like it. She's well-rounded.
Who says they can
She's
never
also
come back,
gonna be a little bit of a challenge to play.
I love that though.
I have to turn off my brain part that says you shouldn't say that out loud, and it's like, no, but I need to say it for this character. So yay, nothing offensive.
It'll be great. I'm like I said, I'm very excited, and I've been waiting for the announcement for so long. I've had things ready to do this announcement for a long time.
For a while.
And I have wanted to do it so badly.
Something else I was going to say. Oh, we do not have stream loots yet. That is 100% my fault, because it was on our list of things to do the last time we streamed, and then things went crazy and it slipped through the cracks. So we will get stream loots cards by next week. But thank you. I don't even know how to do stream loots for Root. That's why we don't have them, is because we were supposed to figure it out.
The cards are made. They just aren't put in the system as of right now.
Oh, anyway. You made them? I didn't know.
Yeah.
See, we're further along in the process than I thought we were. So
oh yeah, they're done.
There we go.
They are absolutely fully done.
Okay, well, then we will have Streamloots cards next week.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So I'm going to play our trailer.
Sweet.
And then Ryan will tell us what we did, because I only remember like 2 things.
I remember anarchy. I wrote "fuck birds" on a sign and I put it on a door.
I made a human slingshot, and we were involved in a government coup. So
we'll see after the trailer.
Yeah, we'll see after the trailer. We'll be back in a minute. Bye.
Bye.
did find my invention names. Okay. And we are back. Let me try.
Hey.
We're back. We're doing the things. Ta-da.
So it's been a while. That's primarily on me because of moving. It was a whole mess. But now it's over. So, hooray.
New room, new Ryan. Let's go.
Yep. We will refresh everybody. So our intrepid vagabonds arrived in a place called Patchwood, which is a clearing of sorts where the trees are just less dense than the real forest, and most of the infrastructure is all like zip lines and tree houses and rope bridges between them. They came in onto some younger folk that they recognized who were involved with the Woodland Alliance, who were restoring some burnt like crop gardens. Came across a small protest at the root of a tree where some of the Erie, the bird folks, were holed up, and quickly encouraged that protest, deciding that, we hate the Erie here. They're monarchs. They're bad. They don't deserve to rule. Who are they? They're not the bugs. And
Preach.
Yeah, quickly encouraged that protest into more or less a full-on riot. Meeting a young squirrel called Imogen with a big bushy tail.
I remember
I forgot
Imogen
about
now.
my squirrel girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who took up leadership of that. They found a messenger trying to get, I think it was Bitsy specifically, that saw a messenger trying to get away and send for reinforcements. So they tracked that messenger down over to another tree. Got to Count Goshawk was his name. I distinctly remember the question, is he hot?
Yes. That sounds like
us.
us.
He was dashing for a bird. Who could kind of see the way the wind was turning, now that people were in his office demanding his surrender, and said, I'll work with you here. Work with me and I'll work with you, and we'll make an arrangement. We'll do what we can. And they roundly rejected that, so he fled. They're not sure where yet, but they went back to the site of the riot and found Imogen kicking one of these tied-up bird officials off the top of the tree, and he landed in a splat at the base. That more or less wrapped it up as everyone there went off to their own homes to kind of prepare for a protracted fight with the Erie and its forces, while our heroes did the same. Kind of went to their respective spaces to rest up and wait for a fight anytime. Who knows if it'll even be morning. Now, because I am totally new to Root, and I think all of us are, if I remember right, I forgot to do something last time, which was advancement. So we can do that real quick.
Yay.
I like new things.
Let's see. So first, everyone gets to mark prestige with the Alliance and notoriety with the Erie.
Because I need some more of that.
Yep.
Rapidly becoming hated by the Erie. I think everyone did that at least once already last time.
Yep, we sure did.
And then there are session moves that you can take at the end of a session, which we didn't do last time, so I'll try to stick to that. But what you can do, there are two things. When the session ends, everyone can read their drives out loud, and we all can discuss whether you fulfilled that drive during the session, and if you did, you can take advancement. If we decide that you did.
Oh, sweet. Do you have to
And
meet
you
both
can
of
also
them,
alter your playbook if you want.
or just one of them?
Just one.
Cool.
If it's one of the two, if you meet them. You can meet them during the session too, and still get advancement at the end. But if you don't come across that, always get the opportunity at the end.
And what happens when we get advancement?
So advancement is
Because I've never played it that far. We just did a little one shot.
Yeah. On color.
that's on the drives. 1 sec. There's a few different things you can do.
Okay.
You can take 1 to a stat up to a +2. You can take a new move from your playbook or take a new move from another playbook. You can take up to 2 new weapon skills, up to 2 new roguish feats, add a box to any one harm track, or take up to 2 new connections.
Cool.
So lots of options.
I know I met one of mine. One of mine that I chose was Ambition. It says you advance whenever your reputation increases with a faction.
That for sure happened. No arguing that.
Mine is advance when you free a group of denizens from oppression and when you topple a tyrannical or dangerously overbearing figure or order. And I feel like we managed to both of those.
I'd say that
we
happened.
did that.
I think I've probably hit justice. Advance when you achieve justice for someone wronged by a powerful, wealthy, or high-status individual. It's not an individual, but it's the government. Injustice from the government seems correct.
I mean, we did take that. Was he a duke or something?
Oh, yeah.
He was technically nobility.
He
Yep.
was. Sweet.
Okay. Now, is it just a +1?
To a stat, yeah, up to a 2.
Yeah, +1 to any stat, up to +2.
All right. I'm going to
I
take
have so many
away
flyaway hairs.
my last negative.
I haven't cut my hair since the wedding. Like at all.
I haven't cut my hair in like a year. It's everywhere.
Nice.
But Sydney's gonna cut it for me when I get in town, so I'm excited.
Sweet. She knows what she's doing.
She does.
So it's been like a month since we played.
True.
So I tried to find my character sheet, and I have 2 saved character sheets that are labeled Bitsy, but both of them are like clear empty. So I don't know if I forgot to save something or whatever. So I'm kind of like re-putting this back together.
We'll do it. We'll do it on the fly. Not many people know this. I played an entire episode of our One Ring game without a character sheet.
That's true.
Cannot tell you how many times I've played Bloodlines and Black Magic without a character sheet.
Yeah.
Because
It
like
happens.
the first 3 times that I played, I didn't understand the game, and the old character sheet was like really horrible. And there's a new one that's like better now, but originally I was like, I don't. So I just made it up the whole time.
Fair.
I forget what you took. Your playbook.
Oh, I am a heretic.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Bugs should rule
Oh,
the
there it is. I
world.
had it written down. Okay. I just wasn't looking in the right spot on my notes.
Yeah, I mean, most of it makes sense. There's just a couple things that I'm like, it's probably this. But we're doing it live.
Yeah, we're doing live.
It's
That's
all
all
good.
right.
So if you're like, hey, look at your character sheet and find this, and I'm like, ooh.
I have a bunch of I wrote down what you guys were doing, session 0,
Oh, I did
as
too.
much as I could.
I didn't.
So I have a bunch of yours.
I was gonna say, I have a ton of your stuff because I wrote it all down for character art purposes.
Oh, that makes sense. Sweet.
I, will
I
put
just
it
have-
in the Discord.
I just have a bunch of inventions.
I know I know character-wise that I'm a bat, and I'm meant to sound like the bat from Anastasia or Gru from Despicable Me, but I ended up sounding like Jester and then just went with it.
That's fair.
And she encourages chaos and resurrection. revolution.
I know that for your cause, you picked Exalt the Worthy because I wrote that, and then beside of it, I wrote Yay Bugs, Fuck Birds.
Yeah. I picked Unseat the Corrupt and Exalt the Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she is always carrying around a sign that says Pluck Birds.
It's so perfect.
So that's enough to go on. I'm good.
We'll be
I
good.
think.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
The numbers we can work out in post, but the concept is there.
Yeah, that I don't have. I'm sorry. I have your drives of freedom and chaos, but I do not, in fact, have your numbers. Upsetting.
I may have watched an episode of Fargo today to try and get the accent back in my head, but now it's gone.
So this is why Barry didn't
We'll
have an
see what
accent.
comes out of my mouth. Well, I originally
I
planned
forget
to
what it
do like a New York, New Jersey type accent, and then what came out of my mouth, because my brain was like, no, I don't like that, was Midwestern. It's fine. We'll see what happens.
I often think I don't have an accent, and then I hear myself say like "fur," and I'm like, "Damn it!"
Fur and to.
Yeah.
My accent has gotten to where less people notice it, but I remember we were somewhere and I had to give my phone number, and I said 9, and he was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Look, numbers
worry
get
about
me every time." 9 sounds weird.
Look, I can't tell you how many times I say like tinfoil, and people are like, "What? Leave me alone."
Let me live.
Wade Mala has an accent.
Oh, Scott.
Yeah, it slips through sometimes.
Scott
on
gives
the
her
right
so
words.
much shit.
Just every once in a while, Scott. Just like every once in a while.
It's
you
all
get,
the
like,
time.
One word. Yeah, don't
It's
worry
all the
about
time.
it. I sound exactly like.
My favorite is when she's on the phone with anybody from home, and then it gets so thick.
No. Also, I don't like drink a ton ever, really, except for in like very social situations. Let me tell you, if you ever want to hear my accent, very strong.
It comes through real hard.
It comes real hard. Real hard.
Whereas I've spent so much time, because I never wanted people to think I had an accent, trying to like over pronunciate things and pronounce them correctly, and then I've fucked myself other ways by doing that, so it is what it is. Oh, I'm sorry, Awar. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why it didn't do the alert. I had to restart everything. But we haven't done anything yet, so it's okay. Welcome in.
What you gonna take for advancements?
I bumped my -1 in charm up to a 0.
Not a bad idea.
I took a point in luck because mine was at 0, so now I have a 1 in luck.
Good stuff. If I remember right, Bitsy was rapidly becoming the face because charm.
Yes.
I have 2 charm, 2 luck, and nothing else. So I took a bump.
Hey.
Pretty great.
I took a bump in finesse, so I have a 0 finesse. So I'm
Nice.
a little bit of a glass cannon when it comes to charm and luck, but that feels very fitting for this character.
Yeah,
For sure.
I've got a +2 in cunning and finesse, and I was like, my charm's still a -1. Let's bump that a little bit.
No.
Okay, so that's that. We'll try to do that at the end this time, or at the beginning next time, whatever feels more natural. But yeah, I want to make sure we do it because that's part of the game. So from there, we left off in the evening time. It's definitely a restless night. If you do want to take a full evening,
Did you guys crash at my house?
Yes.
That's
I
right.
know I'm asleep at your house.
I was
anyway.
like, I was like, I think I remember everyone being at my house.
I was watching through the slats of your window and writing down all of the anarchy things on one of my scrolls.
That's right.
I'm
yeah.
trying to keep track of it.
Anarchy things.
Anarchy things.
Yes,
That's what
please.
she's labeling the scroll. When she rolls it up, just on the side of it, it just says just anarchy things. So she knows exactly what she should be writing there.
I love that for us.
I love that.
So
for her.
good.
She's got all of our clues just like written out. Everything's great.
I like to think that Cricket is so high strung sometimes that like she wears earplugs and like a sleeping mask so like she can just zone everything out and try and sleep.
That's great. So a lot of woodland creatures are nocturnal. So clearings never really sleep. There are a lot of, as it turns into like full-blown night, there are a lot of, nocturnal critters about. Possums come out to do their thing. And the people on the street kind of change with that time change. What other kinds of critters would there be out there? Foxes?
Raccoons.
Raccoons for sure.
She's had to try
Lizard.
and train
All
herself
sorts
to
of
have
stuff.
a nighttime sleep schedule because she's nocturnal, but all the people she helps are awake during the day. So she has to try and train herself to sleep at night.
There are definitely a few torches that you can see carried around, buried as you're watching and writing. A couple of fires started here and there.
Oh god.
Occasional screams and clashes of metal or clashes of wood
What did we do?
off in the distance. It seems like things are heating up over time, but not out into you're not seeing like people carrying like swords and shields and moving in like battalions through the well, there's no street in Patchwood, but through the through the forest floor yet.
Just looting. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a little bit of looting going on.
Just looting.
There's some light looting.
Some light, nothing to be too concerned with. Just
Nothing
a
major.
tiny bit.
Not too far from here, you can see on the lower section of one of these trees, there's a tree house that's putting up. It's got it's brightly lit from the inside, and they've put out some kind of glowing device, not a torch, but like some kind of glowing light thing out front to illuminate a sign that a big tabby cat and a small, mostly white mouse are putting up over the door. That's just like the universal like Red Cross symbol.
It's so cute. I love it so much. If the noise ever gets loud enough, she'll definitely get up and like make sure she like boards up like the windows and stuff with just a little extra stuff and be like, you can never be too careful, and she just gets everything all set up.
Barry, make sure you leave a slat that's like
Yeah,
this
she
big
makes
so
sure
she
there's a
can look out
little
of it.
spot so you can still see out of it, but like just for the most part.
Oh, that's fair. Barry has not stopped writing things down since she got to your home.
I like to think she's rigged this it's like an awning, but if she pulls, it'll like come down and it covers the whole like little front of the hut so they can't just like pound in a door.
Good call.
She's got her extra stuff.
Love
I'm
it.
sure that's probably what Bitsy was hanging off of to sleep.
I think you would have
Yes.
probably a perch in the house. I think
A
she'd
guest
make
perch.
Yeah, she'd make accommodations for you guys. And
I
if she
think
didn't
Bitsy
have one, she could
probably
easily make
sleeps
one.
for like 45 minutes before she's like, okay, time to go. We don't want to lose any of our momentum here.
I guess Barry's technically the only one who's not a nocturnal animal.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't need sleep. I run on pure vengeance. I don't know what it is, but it's not sleep.
That's kind of the disadvantage of the birds. Pretty much all birds, as far as I'm aware, are. Is it? No. What's the day word? want to say diurnal, but that's either way.
I don't know.
No, it is.
They're
It is
daytime creatures.
diurnal
Is it
or
diurnal?
whatever. But I always just call it dayturnal because it sounds better.
That makes way more sense to me.
All words are
They're
made
dayturnal.
up.
We're doing
Yeah.
that. I'm committing.
Yeah, if you
Um,
make it a word, it will become a word.
Yeah, all words are made up.
That's true.
Yep. So the birds aren't pushing back a lot themselves. They have some other token forces of other denizens here, other types of creatures. But that's the thing about the birds. They're kind of supremacists, like they kind of think like we're the ones who can fly. We have like the natural right to rule over because we can get above everyone else.
Dumb birds.
So most of their forces are birds. So it kind of puts them at a disadvantage at nighttime.
Well,
So
that's
yeah.
what you get for being racist.
True. It never pays.
Don't be racist, guys.
Yep.
Don't do
Learn
it.
here.
Moral of the story, don't be racist.
Don't fucking do it.
Don't be classist. Don't be ableist. Just don't do it. Don't ever think you're better than anyone else.
Says Bitsy, fully believing she's better than all birds.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, everybody's better than these birds. And let me, even in the tweet, government
hashtag
birds are
not all
bad.
birds.
All the other birds are good. Government birds suck.
Fair.
And it's not because of who they are, it's because of what job they chose to have.
But some government birds, some birds that are not government birds do suck.
Yes, but again, that's their life choices. That's not
That's
because
fair.
they're birds.
So they're
Because
just
they suck
awful
as
people.
Yeah, they're just bad people.
The government people are only bad because of the job they took, not because of their personal
Look,
choices.
I feel like this is a conversation that we're having in character while we make like night.
No, it is. This is absolutely what Barry is discussing over breakfast.
Cricket's
this
just
is
making
Midnight
you
breakfast.
Cricket's just making you coffee so you can stay up at night.
Yes, because poor Barry is not on your sleep schedule at all. So she's just gonna be like, you know what? Here we are.
It's great.
It's gonna be so good. And this is what like existential, like deep philosophical
Late
talk
night
she gets
existential
to
crisis.
when she's like hitting a wall a little bit. She's just like, like we should hate people because they're bad people, but also like that government is not doing good things. Which
They
makes
also
the people
chose to
in
have
it
a
not good.
shit job. So really, 2 times they've made bad choices.
Is it our fault that we're forming a riot when they're just bad people? Like, if they were a good government that made good choices, that'd be a different thing. But obviously, these birds suck. So,
Well, first of all, I fully agree with everything you're saying. But the second, I do want to remind you that we did not start the fire. It was burning since the world's been turning. We just showed up and helped it along a little bit.
I hate that
we
song
did.
so much.
Just a little bit. It's fine. I was documenting the riot before I became a part of the riot, and I think that means that we were good people. Probably.
I forgot that I found this website that makes invention names.
Oh yes, you needed a generator.
And I just found the best one. It is Modified Warfare Conductron Network. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but god damn it, I'm going to figure something out.
Can you please send that to me? Because the Tinker playbook for Siren Squad is like a steampunk,
This is
like Pilot Baudelaire inventor.
absolutely insane. Like the names they
Gillian
come up
Preston.
with are insane, but I'm going to send it to you. It's great. I still have a list of ones that I didn't use from last time. It's so good. Like, here, ones I haven't used yet. Revised Flame Detector. Electronic Shadow Mutator. Altered Relief
that's awesome.
Pull-O-Matic.
I'm a big fan of Pull-O-Matic. I am personally very excited to see what in the world you make and call it.
I haven't figured this one out, but this one I have a star next to that I'm definitely using. It's Improved Propulsion Engine. So many choices.
And that's not the catapult? Like that?
No, the catapult
The
was
Edomatic.
the Enhanced Guidance Jumbler.
That is also a fair name for a catapult. I think all of them are catapults in one way or another, because propulsion does make me think that something is being shot
It's
forward.
very true. It's very true. Highly recommend. I'm going to put it in the real Discord so that everybody can have it.
Perfect.
Rather than our private chat, too. That way, you can all make whatever inventions you want to make. Highly recommend.
So as the night wears on, there starts to be a trickle of people flowing into this impromptu clinic. At one point, you can see a raccoon and a turtle kind of helping each other in. The raccoon seems to have like a gash over one eye, so he's got it kind of shut. The turtle has a bit of a cracked shell toward the top. And they're kind of limping into this clinic, and you can see the little mouse with a like a woodland armband on, like the big bright green armband, ushering them inside. They're not the only ones. There are definitely a few people coming in as, you know, riots do be rioting. Things get dangerous. Trying to burn down a treehouse, sometimes it falls down on you. You get hurt.
Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. I am going to go to the... Is Red Cross trademarked? I don't know. I'm going to go to the Helpful Hut. And...
That's it. That's the name.
That's it. That's canonically, that is the name now.
Canon.
It's the Helpful Hut.
And in real life, I will only be calling it the Helpful Hut.
Oh, I gotta go to the Helpful Hut to donate some blood.
Yep, that's it.
It's a helpful thing to do.
It is the helpful thing to do. You are correct. Let me turn my dark reader on so that I don't have a bunch of white light in my face. Oh, Raiders! That scared me. I wasn't on the screen. Hello, Raiders! Welcome in. We are playing some Roots, and we are currently helping a government coup.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the Helpful Hut, and she's gonna just like start like piling what looks like random things into a bag, and she's gonna be like, I gotta go help, I'll be back. And she's gonna get over there, and she's gonna pull out some inventions, and she's gonna be like, oh, hey guys, I got some things that I think are gonna help. I made this. It's called the Ice Inducer Tool. It's really great. I see you have a bump just on your head. Just sit that on there, and it's gonna make it feel so much better. And she's just gonna start pulling out random things to try and help people.
Fantastic.
I absolutely love that it's an ice pack.
Yeah. It's an ice inducer tool. It's an ice pack.
So the cat that you saw before is first to see you come in and start just immediately helping people, and he's like, oh, hey, welcome, thank you so much. Look, we'll take everything we can get here. It's starting to get kind of crazy outside. I hope the day's not too much worse. And as he's talking to you, I think I said he's a big tabby cat, but you can see he has, on his upper lip, he has two big white patches that make it look like a fluffy white mustache. He's kind of an older cat, little grizzled, cuts in the ears here and there.
I love him.
Friendly, but definitely looks tired. And
is he an orange cat or a brown tabby?
Yeah, he's like an orange tabby.
Orange cats are the best. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, thanks for the follow.
Yeah.
We're only 5 away from our goal now. That's so nice.
I stopped
Oh, do we have a new
looking.
goal? Dope.
Yeah, our goal is supposed to be set at 200. I don't know why the tracker is stuck at 100. I swear I tried to change it, but it's cool. We're doing great. Proud of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anything. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Oh yeah. Anything I can do to help. That's what I love doing.
He's just writing down everything, following everyone around, writing down everything. Also, if she can see any sort of anything that's written down somewhere that somebody's not paying attention to close enough to know that she would be reading it, I'd like to have that, please.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Thank
The
you
helpful
guys
hut is
so
not somewhere where she
much.
feels like
Thank
she
you,
should
thank
pickpocket
you.
people's documents, but
I think we hit our goal. I know we
Really?
definitely hit our goal. Yeah, we've just had like 5 follows or more. Thank you all so
Oh,
much.
that's so
Thank you,
nice.
thank
Thank
you.
Oh, thank you.
If you're interested, we play Muppets on Mondays.
yes. And our
That's
2-part
pretty great.
Muppet finale starts June 5th. Highly recommend. And you can catch up and see the existential crisis that we all had last week. It was great.
We play Muppets on Mondays
Again.
and Woodland Critters on Wednesdays.
We're currently running a government coup if you just came in. Running is a strong word. We're assisting with
We're
government coup.
fueling the government coup.
Correct.
I'm like
Mostly led by Bitsy because Bitsy
Like-
believes that bugs control the government.
the soccer mom that shows up with snacks for practice. She's fueling the team. We showed up.
Especially with that accent. Like, you,
You know.
sound like you showed
You
up
sound-
with your invention
Right.
and
Yeah.
a hot dish.
I
Especially
did.
because your invention is an ice pack.
Yeah, it's a nice pack. I also made a slingshot, a megaphone, and earpieces. I forgot I made earpieces for Bitsy. Navigation transmogrifier. It's just an earpiece that helps her so that she knows what's going on.
That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
The mouse you saw earlier, it seems to be mostly the two of them helping people out at the moment. He's kind of flitting about between a few different people. Seems very quick on his feet, very focused on what he's doing. Barry, you'd be the first to see this as Imogen brings in someone else,
My girlfriend.
brings in a big rat that has like a gash on his arm. And she looks pretty beaten up too. She's got 2 black eyes at this point. So her eyes are a little swollen, but she's still there. And you can see the little mouse gasp and just say, "Hey, your eyes are terrible. Come in. You gotta get this." And
Oh no, friend, looks like you've been fighting real hard. Hold on, I got another one. And she's gonna pull out another ice pack and just kind of put it on one eye. And she's like, I have another one, but I think if you put both of them on your face, you're not gonna be able to see anything. So, maybe just switch it from side to side and it'll take some of the swelling down. Or you can just do one and then you'll have one good eye and then work on the other one later. Whatever works for you.
the cat turns from someone else at the conversation and sees her with her sword on her back, of course, her big sword, and he says, "Hey, not in here," and like points her out points. Says, "No weapons." And she kind of looks. It's hard to tell, but she kind of gives him a bit of a stink eye. It's hard to see because 2 black eyes, but she's like, "I see where I'm not welcome. Fine."
Oh, it's not you, friend. It's the big sword. You could probably just sit it right outside the door. Because you look like you also...
I'll hold it for you. I can hold your sword while you get taken care of.
Bitsy can also watch the sword. Looks like you should probably get some medical attention. Also, have you eaten? And she's just going to pull out a granola bar. Be like, you got to keep your strength up if you're going to keep fighting like that.
I love the granola bar has its own. I bet it has.
She's
its own,
just
like,
the mom
invention
now.
name.
That's just who she is now.
Barry also comes over and opens her bag and puts another granola bar in front of her. Cricket makes me carry these because they say I don't get my nose out of my book often enough, so they make me carry granola bars to make sure I eat. But I have like 20 in here right now because I stayed the night with Cricket last night, so you can have one. Here, take another. Oh,
You gotta get your extra strength from all your proteins, because if you don't get that, then you're gonna want to sleep all the time.
She'll happily take them and rapidly rodent eat them.
Aw,
Your little pouches.
bless.
And she'll say, "It's not just the sword. He doesn't like me very much."
Oh,
And
well, I'm sure there's a story there.
having said that, the cat kind of turns away, and the mouse is like, "Gone. That was rude. We're here to help people. She's clearly hurt. Come on, man. You can't push her out of here like that." And he just kind of gives it, and just goes about his business. And the mouse goes over to help tend her eyes a bit, apply like a cold pack. And he says, "Look, I know this is important, and I hope it's going well, but stay safe. Try to keep out of the violence. It's not good. We're here trying to help people, but we only have so much capacity in here. It's just be careful, okay?"
This is really dumb and I hate it, but it popped in my head and it made me laugh. I think to solve the problem, Cricket's gonna be like, "Oh, hold on, I got this," and she's gonna get like the zip ties like they do at Renaissance fairs when people bring weapons so that they can't actually like unsheath them. And she's gonna be like, "Here," and she's gonna sit him by the door and she goes, "That way, when anyone comes in with a weapon, you can do the safety tie, and then when you leave," and she'll put like a little pair of scissors. She's like, "Then when you leave, you just snap it and you can go that way. No one gets hurt by any weapons while they're seeking medical attention."
That's great. Yeah.
Barry takes out Just Anarchy things like the scroll and rolls it on the floor. It's already like 7 miles long. You have no clue how she's written this much already, but she has. And at the very bottom of like where all the writing is, there's still plenty of room, by the way. This thing just expands forever. She makes like a little dash and goes, helpful hut, safety ties, weapons, ? And that's all she writes down. And then she takes her time to roll all of it back up again. And she's like real tiny. She's the tiniest of the bunch. So it's going to take a minute.
So what's been going on? I tried to sleep, but it didn't work too well.
Well, you're asking Imogen, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We'll say we've routed most of the their ground soldiers, as it is. The birds are holed up high in their trees. They're mostly not even in the tree houses. They're up in the highest branches where we can't get to them. I'm assuming until the morning when they'll make their counterattack. That's when it's going to get worse.
That's pretty smart.
So I suppose what we should do is take a couple hours to consolidate and wait for the morning. So we're fresh as can be anyway. I think we stand a chance if we can hold them back. Maybe, who knows, maybe we can win the day. There aren't that many birds here.
That's true. We're not too big.
Would it be helpful if we did some recon at night before they start up again in the morning? Because I can fly up to those top branches and I'm not tired. I've got a full 45 minutes.
I was just thinking that. Bitsy can fly.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
I can't fly, but I can write down what you say is up there so nobody forgets what's up there. I'm afraid I'm not very good at heights. Just very...
Well, I'm not very good at, like, healing people or helping with that sort of thing, so if you're down here helping with this while I go up there, and then we can meet back in the middle and compare notes.
Yeah, I have, like, a whole scroll, or maybe 5, on medical history, and first aid, and the surgeries that have happened within the woodlands. I documented the very first surgery that ever happened.
Okay, I'm going to be totally honest. When I said compare notes, it was like a figure of speech. I'm not actually going to take notes up there. I will tell you what I find.
Okay, got it. And she starts literally pulling out all of these scrolls off of her back that all have titles that are like medical puns because that's the only way she knows how to label things. And I want to actually use a thing.
Do the thing.
I have a move that's called the Worth of a Book. When you study your tomes or scrolls to discover old techniques or methods to solve a problem, like curing a deadly disease, ending a drought, legally unseating a leader, which may come in handy eventually, etc., decide what you would like to accomplish and tell the GM. The GM will give you between 1 to 4 conditions that you must fulfill to discover your path forward, including time taken, additional information you need, mentors or translators you need, facilities, tools, or the limits of your solution. When you fulfill your conditions, you gain whatever knowledge you were seeking. It is up to you to put it to use. So I want to basically learn as much as I can to help people here. Like, how do I become useful in the helpful hut with like medical stuff? Even if it's like the basics of like, how do I bandage people up, and how do I use this fancy new ice thing that Cricket has made, because she does not understand that you just put it to their face.
I also have a shenan.
No idea.
Whenever.
I mean, if he lets you shenan, he has to let you shenan again. So.
I know. That's why I said I have another shenan, so I can shenan again.
Yes.
Thank you, TikTok.
I've never heard this.
Oh my god,
Thank
it's
you,
my
TikTok,
favorite.
for that joke.
It is this wonderfully empowered woman who's just like, if you let him shenan, he's gonna shenan again. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
That's it.
And now we will never say it differently. In
So
our
I
house
now
ever again.
shenan and shenanigans.
Excellent.
So good.
I love it. So let's see. To help people here, supplies are one thing they're short on. Hands is another, for sure. There are a lot of, I mean, in Patchwood, it's got a lot of gardens on the forest floor. So the whole place is like rich with helping herbs for making poultices. That's one thing that anyone could really help with, especially if you
You've got recipes.
like know what sort of stuff you need to go get. Yeah, you could spend time doing that. That would absolutely be helpful. If you want to be more hands-on, I'm sure like they could tell you, like help guide you as long as you're willing to learn.
I'm sure you've got plant knowledge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure that Barry, one knows enough of the layout of the area because she's been making like maps and things for forever, and probably knows a fair amount about plants, I'd say, because her parents were chroniclers before she was, which is why she witnessed the first surgery when she was 4. So yeah, I'll do that one.
That's
I'll
not a
go
traumatic
gather
memory.
some plans. Honestly, I think that most of her life has been very dramatic, and she does not understand that. She was like, this is a normal day, and everybody's like, it is absolutely not. But her parents made it seem very normal. So what would you like me to roll to go get some lovely herbs and such?
For that, let's see. I would say a cunning?
I'll do cunning. My cunning's my highest score. I'll take it.
Make sure you're looking for the right stuff. You know
Yeah.
what you're getting.
It would be an 8 total, because I rolled 2 3.
Okay, that's a hit for sure.
Yeah, take it.
Remind me how rolling works in this game.
It's 2d6, and a 7 through 10 is a hit, and 11 to 12 is like an extra success.
Oh, okay. Powered by the apocalypse.
Yeah.
I have a shenan for you.
Oh, real quick, let me wrap that up. It
Oh,
will
yeah.
take some time, but you can go out to the gardens and get a lot of stuff that's going to be helpful. Just for things like, like aloe sort of properties to help seal wounds and such. Things that, I don't want to say like opium, but like opium that you can chew on and release like a pain relief. There's plenty of plants to help with stuff like that. So it'll take you a while with an 8.
Yeah, she's fully fine with whatever it is. Like, it could be opium, and she'd be like, yeah, this seems right. I've got something in one of these scrolls that's a good one. I'll take it.
The cocaine plant and such.
I mean, look.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay, what's the shenan?
I know we're in the woods and we are animals. But can I stretch the reality boundary a bit?
That's what Root is about.
Okay, cool.
You're woodland creatures. How close to reality would you like to stay?
Well, I figured
Yeah,
if
exactly.
this is where it comes though. I would like to make the mobile sound wave catalyzer. Which is basically just communication earpieces. So that way, if we're separating the party, we're not actually separating the party. But that pushes the technology boundary, so that's completely your call.
There's not really a hard and fast technology boundary in Root.
Okay. It's a little steampunky.
It is a little bit.
You're also the inventor, so truly, if anyone is deciding what the technology
I would be able to, but I also don't want to be like, okay, I made walkie-talkies this one time, but like now I'm gonna make this printer that's gonna print all this shit off, and I'm making a computer. Like, I don't want to go that crazy.
Fair enough.
So that's why I'm like, this is pushing it. I found this log. I'm gonna make a computer. I'm gonna send some emails.
Here's how we do it.
Okay.
And we stick with the technology level and even what we've established so far.
Okay.
So Bitsy is big on these bugs.
Yes.
There was one of the first things we did was a big talk from Bitsy about how it's very important to respect the bees.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
It won't be instant communication, but like you can use like a little beehive for bees to fly back and forth.
Perfect.
And like do little, rhythmic wing beats to translate messages.
It's like the dancing in Futurama.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I knew exactly where you were going.
But
shaking, it's all I know.
Yes. Okay, deal. So I'm gonna hand those out and be like, okay guys, I made this new one. It's gonna take a little bit, but like you can say something and then that bee's gonna come to me and then they're gonna tell me what you said and then I can say something back. So like we can know what's going on, and then that way, Barry, you don't have to get all the information at one time because that's gonna be a lot to write.
Yeah, that's fair. And then she opens the scroll that is like specifically saved for when Bitsy talks about bugs. Like it is labeled for Bitsy, and she unrolls it just a little bit to get to like a blank spot. She doesn't need it to be perfectly lined up. But then she writes, bees can talk to me. Question mark, underline.
Also, I know I missed your birthday, but I made you this thing, and she's gonna pull out because she sees how much you write and then have to scratch things out. She's made you a little notebook so you can write your general thoughts in the notebook and then write the concrete, whatever you've come to, on the scroll. So that way you don't have so many scrolls that you have to add on.
Thank you. This is very nice. And then I don't have to unroll all these scrolls out in public all the time. It just takes me a long time to roll them back up.
And they get so
Sometimes
dirty.
I hit people with them on accident.
They get so dirty, and I have a feeling we're getting ready to get in some territory that you're going to have to take lots of notes. So you've already got so many, and I don't want you to have to lose any of them. So, like, if you write just, like, your first thoughts in this thing that I didn't look up an invention name for, you can write that, and then once you figure out exactly what you want to write, then you can put them in the scrolls.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense. And then I can leave some of the scrolls at your place, like the ones that are just slightly... they're all important. Maybe the ones that seem the least relevant to the anarchy.
Yeah.
Like, I probably don't need ones on, like, underwater life, or...
Yeah, I've got that chest that's got a lot of them in there. You can just keep putting them in there, and you can trade out what you need.
Okay, cool. I think I left all of the collection of, like, of like, how to make the best recipes for, like, when you, call, like, fancy people over. I never have to use it. I don't have fancy people over. I barely have people over at all. I also want, I saved you that one that was about, like, the physics of, like, animals and how maybe, perhaps, if you accidentally unroll a scroll from the top of the tree and then it hits a child in the head, what that does. I left that one for you. Not that it happened, but it was theoretical work.
I kept that one by my bed. I'm going to read that one because that one seems really interesting. But yeah, I'm going to create a file system for you so it makes more sense. I keep getting distracted. There's so much going on.
Yeah, that was helpful. I like your little chest. I can probably get like maybe I can get rid of like at least 3 of these. She's got at least 12 on her back. But like 3 seems like a safe number probably.
You're starting to run out of places for pockets. I don't think there's any more space for pockets on there.
Well, that's why I have 2 bags.
I know. I think she's like, you just see like pockets of like different color fabrics all over there, or like little like straps that you can just slide them into, and there's just no more space.
It's like a very like it started as just like a yellow backpack with like a couple pockets on it, and Cricket has had to modify this thing so much that now it can hold like maybe 15 scrolls at a time. And then she also has her little messenger bag that is also yellow that has not gotten pockets yet because she needs it to carry everything else.
And then she's also gonna pull out, trying to come up with a name real fast. Give me something. Okay. She's gonna pull out this little, like, cloth and metal thing that looks like it, like, pins or clips onto something. She's gonna be like, Bitsy, I made this for you. It's a security comfort inducer. And it's so that you can take off your glasses, because I know you don't use them when you fly at night, but you can put them in there and then they don't get lost.
Nice.
It's just like an eyeglass holder. That's all it is.
Just that. But it's very fancy for us.
So that way, when you go and look at the stuff, you don't lose them. I know we've had to get some replacements. I'm just coming up with bullshit. At some point, if I get annoying, please tell me to stop.
No, I love shit, honestly.
Please literally never stop.
My ADHD brain is just like, name generator. Ooh, that's fun. What can I make that be?
I want to make a t-shirt with all the names of your inventions on it. Just like down the back. Almost like a tour shirt where it's like Cricket on the front of it and then it's just a list of all your all your inventions. I would love that a lot.
This makes me feel a lot better too, because I feel like I created a really out there, could potentially stall the game sort of character. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not.
Here's
I'm
my
not
thing.
here. Please, yes, all the inventions.
I am pursuing, and I'm totally open about my being. I am pursuing a professional autism diagnosis because I am here to match energy. That's what I tend to do, is match the energy around me. So, like, you came in hot, and I was like, all right, this is what we're doing. Let's fucking go.
I am probably also undiagnosed autistic, so...
I've made so many friends over the past couple years and who have received their diagnosis, especially women or female presenting individuals, and it just makes so much sense. And it started to get scary, and that's when I was like, I'm gonna look into this.
TikToks of people that were like, I'm autistic, so I do this. I'm autistic, so I think this way. And I was like,
look, if COVID was good for one thing, it was we were all trapped with ourselves, and we learned a lot.
This is true facts.
Yep.
I'll come
So
up with a name
Bitsy's
for your
going up
notebook.
to check out.
Yeah,
what these
Bitsy's
birds are up
already,
to.
she's, she's already black because she's a bat, so I think she's probably just going to take off her very shiny, beetle wing necklace that is, a little bit ostentatious, and she doesn't like taking it off because obviously that's like her uniform, but she's going to leave it at the house and then just be a little bit more stealthy to go up and do some reconnaissance.
Yes.
Mal, just so you know, your notebook is a revised information encryptor.
Sorry, I'm gonna write that down one more time.
Revised information encryptor.
I love that.
It's a notebook.
I'm gonna write it in my equipment.
Oh, the internet. You beautiful and scary thing. Cricket's gonna just keep I have a feeling she's gonna be with Barry and just kind of like helping make like poultices and
Cool.
little thingies.
So if you're trying to be stealthy, do you have hide the roguish feat? Or sneak, I guess it would be sneak or more appropriately.
Let's look. Let's look at what I have. No, I have counterfeit and I have sleight of hand. Oh yeah, we all have counterfeit.
We all have counterfeit.
Yeah, everyone has
On
Instead
accident.
of going, maybe we should something else so we don't all have the same thing. We were like, actually, let's all be matchers.
I think these are what we started with.
Yeah,
I don't think we
that's
picked these. Oh yeah.
No, it's not.
Look at what
We
the-
didn't pick them. That's like,
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
we
that's
came
what
with.
we all got.
Yeah.
Lovely.
yeah.
Just a wonderful. It's okay. When we start to pick them on our own, we'll diversify.
I'm not worried about it. I think it was fantastic that we were all like, we'll counterfeit things together. Anyway, yeah. So
I
no,
love that.
I don't have a. I'm not sneaky.
That
I'm
is
charming.
okay.
I'm
Because you
lucky.
can still do it. It would just be trusting fate, which for you is a luck. Well, for anyone, but lucky for you is a luck roll.
Well, you know what? I've got a 2, and so let's do it. That's a 5 and a 1, so 6 plus 2 is 8.
Oh, sweet, that's a hit. So it's more a matter of time finding the birds than it is a matter of like looking carefully for them, like trying to suss them out of hiding. There's enough of them that they can't really hide up in the treetops. But that's okay. So on a hit, you're good. You are, at least for the moment, remaining hidden from them as you come up on them, and you can quickly recognize the Count Goshawk up there with a bunch of like jays and cardinals, all carrying spears, donning simple armor, sharpening their weapons. As he says, "All right, so." Here's my thought. This is absolutely being stoked by these Alliance folks. The regular people may have trouble with us, fine, whatever. But the people with the motivation, the people with the means here are the Alliance. And there aren't that many of them. So we take them out, target the leader. I think we can quell this little disturbance and get things back to order. And as I understand, the leader is a squirrel called Imogen or some such. We take her out and a few of her friends. She's got these other folk. A fox, some kind of little thing, I don't know it, and a bat. Gave me hell. We take Imogen out, we take a couple of them out, we win the day. Get things back to order. I say we strike right before dawn. Just give them the business.
You give them the business. You'd go for it.
And these other birds are just like nodding along, like, yeah, in agreement, like, we'll do it. There are probably only about 20 or so of them. Like I said, there aren't a lot of dedicated members of either faction here. There are probably more of the Alliance, honestly, and definitely more people sympathetic to it. But these birds are confident, they can fly, they're all armed and armored well.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the helping hut. Assume Imogen is still there. Okay, so I've done my reconnaissance, and you were totally right. Whichever one of you said they're waiting until morning. They're waiting until literally exactly morning. So predictable. Anyway, there's only like 20 of them, but like they probably will still put up a fight. But the problem here is that they know that you, and she points at Imogen, are specifically like probably either in charge or people know who you are. So they're going to try and kill you and also us. But that's like reasonable and understandable because we, as you know, are very dangerous and capable people.
She says, well, I figured I'd be a target. What should we do about it?
Right. We only have a couple hours, but I think that so the thing about these particular dumb birds that you have to understand is that they think that they're smart. And not just smart, but the smartest. They think that they're the best, when really they play into every trick in the book. They're so cliche that everything they do has trope names. They might as well all be Mary Sue the Crow. So we have the element of surprise in that we know exactly what they're going to do. And they think that we don't because they think that we're stupid and they're not.
So,
have you ever seen, it's one of the greatest movies of all time. It's called The Bug's Life.
true.
Canonically, A Bug's Life exists here
Life.
is my favorite thing.
Okay, but I need you to understand that wouldn't that be one of Bitsy's favorite movies, though?
Oh, it absolutely would. No, you've clocked it.
An insect story.
An insect
Yes.
story. It is just
It's
my
probably
favorite
like
thing
a
that
ballad.
it exists.
Yeah, like an Odyssey style, like long form poem about.
I also love that we're trying to change the names of copywritten things in this game, and yet we say Muppets a million
I
times.
blame
on
Allie because of the Barcade episode of Ladies of Lake, where I helped her come up with non-copyrighted arcade game names.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where the name of our chat came and play tonight. It was the DDR, the DDR equivalent. It was my favorite that she came up with.
It's just beautiful, yeah. Anyway, so in this epic ballad, there's ants and they're being oppressed by grasshoppers, and it's super sad. But the grasshoppers, just like these birds, think that they're better than the ants, and really they're not. So what the ants do is they put together this big distraction, which ironically in their case looked like a bird to scare off the grasshoppers. But in our case it doesn't have to be a bird because that would be a little bit strange. But we could do some sort of like other animal, or like make some like fake targets or whatever, because we have the time, and then when they try and attack the fake targets, we're all actually like waiting in the rafters or something like that, and then we just right on top of them.
So make like a fake squirrel and a fake bat and so on.
Yeah, you know, with
Really?
like the armor and stuff, we get some
Cricket's
get,
just
like,
gonna
cosplay,
pop, like
Warby
slide in,
Parker.
holding her tools, and be like, "Oh, hey, did you say make something?"
oh yeah, you betcha, we sure did.
Oh, great.
I think if we do that with enough people and move this place to somewhere else, but still leave the sign up so that it looks like this is going to be a good hot spot, because you're here, and we could maybe start some rumor that you're
So
here. Right?
you want a
And
blazing
then
saddles?
we'll be waiting for them right here in this building.
Bilfa's bottleneck.
So you want a blazing saddles? This
I haven't seen that movie in
Oh
a
my
very long
God.
time.
where they make
But I
the
assume yes.
yeah they make the dummy town. It's all the like they just use the like they make just the fronts of the buildings with like supports behind it, so when the guys come in, they come into the fake town. Okay, all right, I'm here for it.
I want to make a fake helping hut that doesn't actually have any people that are really injured and need help in it.
And like dummies that look like
Right.
everybody. Okay.
So that so that we can start a rumor or what, like Imogen is wounded, she's at the helping hut, there's so many people there, it would be like a huge target, right?
Beautiful.
And then when they get there, it's like that scene from the first Lord of the Rings where the ring rays like stab the pillows.
The beds, yes.
Yeah, except instead of being, you know, 100 miles away, we're actually like in the rafters and can like whatcha right down on top of them.
I like it.
I love
like
that scene so much.
It's so good.
So good. It's so good.
That was one of the first movies I watched, because that was when I was in, middle school, where, like, it had, like, a getchiest scene that I remember. And I was like, oh, God, thank God they're okay. Like,
I just love that these 2,000-year-old rich sorcerer kings fell for the old, like,
pillow under the blanket.
Yes, exactly.
Look, it proves.
And that's what I'm saying. These birds are not actually as smart as they think they are, and they're not going to be expecting us to put up that sort of trickery and fight. So it's really not going to be too much harder than the pillow, really, if you think about it.
How long do we have to make a fake helpful hut?
No, we're going to use this one.
You just have to put the sign
We're
in
just
front
moving
of the
everybody. Building. Oh, okay, so we're building the fake building, not
That's what
moving
I thought.
everybody.
I was like, I heard a fake
we are
building.
full blazing saddle. I said that. I said the fake building, but like...
Well, as from what I thought that Ryan just said that they put the red sign in front of, like, just someone's house. Like, they were just using a building.
It's actually, I didn't go into it, but since you're in it, you can see what's clearly, like, the back room of a bakery. There's a lot of table space, so that's why they used it.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. So if we just put the sign on, like, the building next door or something.
Yeah, we'll move it a little ways away.
Why don't we put it on the local bar? Because those tables are a little bit heftier and would probably survive a bit more of a fight.
Are there any not decrepit, but like run down buildings that maybe aren't used very often that Cricket could maybe like quickly spruce up to be like...
Yeah, there are places, like Patchwood was not too long ago taken back over by the Erie, so there are places that are still kind of in disrepair, easily.
Okay. I think Cricket's going to take a group of people that are able to help her kind of, like, fix up a building. Take the sign, roll the sign up and stick it on her back, and go basically make a building seem a little more presentable with a group of people, and then hang the sign front, and that's what she'll spend her night doing.
Cool. The cat and mouse here are having, well, the cat seems really like he's looking over the plan from the corner with like a very angry eye, until you say that you're like not taking it, that you're making somewhere else the center of the problem, not here. And then he kind of relaxes.
She's just
a bit.
Gonna give him 2 thumbs up, be like, it's gonna be okay.
He gives you like a very unpracticed smile. So Imogen can wrangle up a few Alliance people to help, all wearing the green armband with a little fist on it. 2 rabbits. Let's see. Yeah, 2 rabbit folk, because I think Patchwood is mostly rabbit folk, is it not? No, it's mostly mice. Look at my map. 2 rabbits, a snake, and a porcupine to come help out.
I love that for us.
Yes.
How will the snake do stuff? Don't worry about it.
He's good at lifting things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He can hold things in place.
I would like to do one quick thing before I spend the rest of the night in the montage helping, put hats on pillows and stuff like that. Well, before I help with that, I want to. This is definitely not part of the game normally, and I have made it part of the game. I would like to go talk to moths, to start the rumor, you know, of where
perfect.
Imogen is and that she's hurt, and there's a bunch of people hurt, and here's where the helping. You know, it's on this street. There's a sign. Like I want the moths.
Good night. Thank you for popping in. We really appreciate it.
Good night.
Bye.
I think I'm gonna make signs. Like, there were definitely not signs that led to this helpful hut, but there will be signs that lead to the new helpful hut that she's just sticking on, like, tree trunks everywhere. That all have arrows pointing the right way, just in case. Being like, they're dumb birds. We already said they're dumb birds. Here's help. Arrow.
The moths thing is actually kind of brilliant because birds will eat them, especially at night, and they'll be like, no, wait, I'll give you information.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Well,
to
and,
protect
like-
our bug overlords.
Yeah, having a moth sort of like, you know, whisper sort of nothings into a crow's ear or whatever, and like they don't even realize where they're getting the info from.
That's brilliant. I love it. That's a good image.
I also want to make wicker people.
Yes.
To
Nice.
like
I feel like that would take a
on
really
fire later.
long time.
she's fast.
If anybody can do it quickly, it'd be Cricket.
At least,
And then
or
once I'm done talking to the mods, I'll go back to like, all right, broom and soccer ball and polo
like
shirt next, and like
not like
that would-
wicker man, wicker people, like more like scarecrow people to kind of be around. Because if they're flying in, like, they may not notice the super details yet. I say after we watched a video of a person tossing a hawk out of a moving car to attack another bird.
That was
The group
wild.
chat gets wild, everybody.
That
That's
was
what we
fucking
come
insane.
up with.
I am confused and intrigued about whatever is happening right now.
I'll put it in the Discord.
It was very cool to watch.
It was real freaking cool.
But so yeah, do I need to roll to talk to the moths?
I will say no. I think that's something you can just kind of do. You're just passing on information. It doesn't really, there's not really a major risk of failure there. So.
That makes sense to me.
Okay, I was looking up help because I knew there was some kind of a help action. So for building this whole contraption, that's definitely going to be the Tinker Move jury rig.
That makes so much sense.
Hours without sleep. Look. Molotov cocktails, I think, are a brilliant idea.
Nothing wrong
We
with
trap
that.
all the birds inside with the
I
wicker
know.
people.
Look,
and
it
Molotov
is.
cocktails.
I had that same thought. I know. I know what's up. What am I doing? I'm so sorry. Jury
We're
rig?
gonna commit war crimes.
Yep, jury
We should
rig.
be doing it right.
And then if you want to help, you can, others want to help, you can do so. It's the help move is you mark exhaustion to add +1 or -2 if you feel like being a dick to the other vagabond's roll.
Okay.
And you mark exhaustions to do it. Yeah.
Well, that was nice. That's gonna be an 11.
Ooh. You know what that means. You might not know what that means.
Yes, and?
It's a...
Oh, I get to make a choice.
Yes. So on a 10+, you can choose one. So the normal hit is you create a device that works once, then breaks, which is kind of all you need. On a 10+, you can choose one. It works exceptionally well. You get an additional use out of it. Yeah, one of those two. So it works exceptionally well, or you get an additional use.
I think I'm going to just do it works exceptionally well. I think that's the better choice for this situation.
Okay.
I love that for us.
About to get into a whole ass group fight. This is gonna be wild.
I mean, you say
So
that.
yeah, I mean, you might not. You might just.
I was going to say, that's why I went with that option, because I was like, she's going to put her all into it, and it's going to look spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to make this place look far more convincing than you should be able to in just a couple hours, especially working at night.
She comes over, looking just chill as always, just nibbling on a granola bar. She's like, well, guys, it's not my best work, but you know what? I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be great.
You even have like this little system of like rope pulleys, so you can like, what is it, Home Alone 2, where you're like
Yes.
making the figures like move around in the dark?
Yes. Make special effects happen.
Yeah.
Well, but we also need to think about what we're going to do when they get here. I mean, they're not just going to show up and then try and hit the pillows and then go, oh, bummer, and go home.
I'd like to think, since I hit that 11, that she added like some kind of weapon aspect, or like some kind of something that, like, I'm not gonna say explodes, but like something along those lines that, like, if they get there and find it convincing enough, even if they don't go all the way in, like, there'll be some kind of damage. Like she set up like trip wires or something.
Okay.
We could also make like a net. Birds don't like those.
That too. Whichever works easiest.
Well, I guess it depends on how they come in, so maybe if we do both, then it will kind of get... I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
You're kind of the expert here, not
In
me.
my brain, birds attacking a place made me think of dive bombing, like seagulls when you have food. But
I was actually going to propose that Barry thinks that her move in all this is to make fake plans for like what our move would be for
plant
like
fake
Imogen and us.
information in there.
Yeah, plant fake information so when they dive bomb into it, they have a reason to stay for a hot second.
So we can cover all three bases. Fake information if someone gets out. A trap, and also damage.
Yes.
Depending on how they go about it.
Just plant some explosives right underneath the table where I put the information, and I think we're golden, personally.
Yeah, but
I
then
think
what
we're
are they?
great.
How are they going to get out with the fake information if we set bombs
They
under
can't.
the table?
The information is just to lure them to stay even when they think that...
That's fair.
Yeah, it's like the
People don't
biggest. Yeah, I just need just to get them to stay around, because at the very least they have to take the time to gather all of it to take it with them, or
That's
they'll
fair.
take the time to read it. And by the way, none of this makes sense. It is absolute gibberish and garbage. Whatever Barry puts on these, they
It's
need to
okay.
look
They're
real
gonna
from
think it's
far
written
away.
in code. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. They just need to think it's real from far away, really, and then.
Oh, this is really not difficult at all, because, you know, we've already got tons of material of how the Jeweled Monarchy is really the ones in charge and all of the things, and they could just read the material that we already have. It would do them some good, honestly.
I mean, I made extra scrolls for the Jeweled Monarchy because you asked me to. I left one at the library because you said that the people deserve to know.
That's
So-
very true. That's very true.
That one's at the library. I may have brought the other one with me, though. And she will proceed to search through all of her scrolls. Who knows if it's here? I'll roll for it because I don't know. Got a 6. So, 6 is a miss, so probably not.
Yeah.
Probably don't have it. But I will
You
just
could.
write anything down on these fake plans, including stuff about how bugs should be ruling the world. Because why not?
You could counterfeit to make it especially
We-
convincing.
Yeah,
Look,
very good.
that's why
And
this
I have
whole
that
thing
one.
is that
Beautiful.
convincing. We all have counterfeit.
Yep.
We're so good at making fake things.
And you can always
Yeah,
use the
does
help
do
each
the
other.
people count as
What-
counterfeit? Are we making counterfeit people?
I'm sure.
Oh, like counterfeit plans, if you want to get that detailed with it.
I want to do counterfeit plans, but they're asking if we can do the wicker people that we've made. Do those count as counterfeit?
She's got
people?
some free time.
I mean, they are fake people. They're not real.
I love
That
that
doesn't
every
exactly
time
fall under counterfeit.
we've
I mean, it could though.
We've
It
had
depends on how
two
much you
sessions
try to
so
make
far.
them look real.
and every session involves all three of us sitting down together and making some sort of craft that's going to help this revolution.
Look.
Like, we just have craft time.
Lean into crafting, people.
Mhm.
It helps, and it saves your brain.
DIY is not just for cute home decor. DIY is for committing
DIY
crime.
everything in your life. I DIY when I wake up and do my job. I'm like, I'm gonna pretend that I'm a real functioning adult.
You can overthrow the government with DIYs.
All it starts is just a
Today's
little
fun fact.
paint, little renovation. It's gonna be great.
If you make character sheets for the Wicker people, then it
Counts
counts.
as counterfeit.
That
Hold
makes
up.
That's fair.
I have all of them on this iPad, and I am not afraid to do it. Absolutely not. What am I rolling for counterfeit? Sorry, did not mean.
What is your counterfeit roll?
It is a roguish feat that I do have.
Well, what the heck?
It says roguish feats are on page 69.
nice.
And what I'm looking, I know, right? Nice.
Yeah, they are. I'm looking there. I just don't see the roll for it.
That means it must just be automatic greatness, right?
Yeah, I just do the thing, and I'm so good at it because all I have done my entire life is right. Barry got no childhood.
You roll with finesse on a roguish feat.
Goodness. And that's fine. It's not great, but it'll do.
Mallory, you're echoing a little bit.
Okay.
Oh,
Your camera just went
Your
like,
stuff's going weird. I think our internet's not super happy right now because I keep getting pop-ups. We haven't dropped any frames yet, but it's not been happy,
Internet better be happy because I pay good money for that.
right?
You guys can also use help here if you need.
I got a 9.
Okay, sweet. So it's definitely a hit.
She just lays all of it
So-
out on the middle of like whatever table is like closest to the center. She lays all of it out and like overlaps some of the different pages to make it look like it's just been shuffled through. That sort of thing. 'Cause it all needs to seem like we were planning in the middle of a helpful hut.
Your call here,
Yes.
since it's not a I forget the word for a 10 plus. It's not like a super hit or whatever. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a regular hit. You will have to mark exhaustion or one of the risks of counterfeit comes to bear, and that is my call.
I mean, how
Lazy.
is it a 10 plus that gets the automatic success or whatever it is?
Yeah, 10 plus is like
I mean, I don't mind taking a level of exhaustion to help you.
I don't either because I have an extra track in my level of exhaustion. I get 5 instead of 4.
sweet.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
fair.
So it probably
Cool.
hurts me less to take it than you all. So I'll just mark it. That's fine.
Okay.
My dedicated scholar lets me take more, and then anytime I acquire anything like new documentation for myself, it all clears. So all I have to do is
Nice.
time scroll.
Okay, so you managed to make these pretty convincing fake ass battle plans.
Nice.
I've done my
Anything
part of
else?
the job because Barry does not know anything else that she would actually be useful for. She's now documenting everything you two are doing, as she will obviously write about this as a great battle of the government coup.
Just like last time, she made copies of her plans, of her
Yes.
blueprints, and she just goes ahead and hands them to you.
She tapes them in the middle of the scroll.
So you can start to see that pre-dawn light sort of emerging in the east, just starting to get there. Is there anything else you want to do to prepare? Since you've had 2 successes, it's, one excellent extra success. And
My thing didn't require a roll, so.
nope.
That's about all I got.
Cool.
I could give a rousing speech.
I mean,
You're
what
good.
does Bitsy give but rousing speeches at this point?
Look,
Well, that's one of my moves. It's called
It
Hear Me,
is.
and I give inspiring speeches to a persuadable crowd in the service of my cause.
I mean, hey, that fits. Let's see.
could I also double what I did? Because I used jury rig. But could I also use my repairer move, which is when you repair destroyed personal equipment with your toolbox? Oh, this is personal equipment. Never mind.
Yeah, that's more for like your weaponry and
That's
stitch.
fair.
I mean, hear me definitely applies.
I think a rousing speech is a great idea.
You're going to get the rousing speech whether you want one or not.
We
so
might
this
as
will
well
be-
get the bonus.
Yeah, we
That's
might as well get the
really
bonus
great.
for it.
So, I think the rousing speech happens in the group of people who are putting together the trap, and is like while we're working on things, so we're like kind of stuffing leaves into hats and then putting them on pillows, and I'm giving a rousing. It's a beautiful speech, really, about how these birds are gonna get stuffed, and that's exactly what they deserve. And then when they're gone, there's going to be peace in the grove or whatever this is called, because soon the bugs are going to, and it's just
This is like an Independence Day level speech. Let's hope for.
yeah. It again, the end of the end of Lord of the Rings, where he goes, "But it is not this day," and it's like, oh
It's a
man,
great
this
one.
is so cool for the 4
Yes.
people that can hear you right now.
Right.
Yeah, that. So let's do a roll. Mark exhaustion and roll with charm. Okay, mark some exhaustion here. Charm is +2. Let's do it. Let's see. That is the 7 + 2 is 9.
Okay. So for a 9, you have to put yourself at the crowd's mercy and lead them directly for them to follow through.
Well, that sounds exactly like what I was going to do in this situation anyway.
Perfect.
Bitsy does not stand back.
Yeah. I totally went and saw Return of the King in the theater for the 20th anniversary, by the way. Worth.
Nice.
It was cool to see it in the theater again.
I wanted to go see Return of the Jedi in theaters for the anniversary.
Oh, was that a thing?
I don't know if
Crap.
it's already happened. I
love
saw
that one.
stuff online, but I don't know if it actually happened. But
Hmm.
I'd kill to see those in theaters. That was beautiful. I love that, like, what we're supposed to do before they get here, though, is... Oh, thanks, Scott. It was last week. That makes me sad.
Dang.
I love that you're rousing us to go hide. And that
Well,
makes me
hide
the
and then
happiest.
ambush.
Well, yeah,
really.
like, we're gonna ambush, but, like, I love that it's like, okay, now go hide.
Like, first, go put yourself anywhere they can't see you. Again, a very good time for Barry to be small.
Hours
Yes.
Without Sleep, my parents saw the original run of the original trilogy, and it breaks my heart to this day that I didn't get to do that. But it made my mom instill her love of Star Wars in me, so I'm here for it.
Yeah, my mom has seen every Star Wars movie in theaters.
I took my mom to go see the new of 7. Took my mom to the midnight premiere of 7, and she was just like, walked out, and she was like, that was awesome. And I was like, I know. It was so good.
So I think Bitsy is completely willing to be part of the bait. I mean, there's gonna need to be like somebody moving and talking around anyway for it to like be more convincing. And we three are also some of the ones that they like specifically were looking for. So if the crowd isn't gonna follow me unless I've like put myself in that position, then Bitsy's already like, yeah, that's totally fine. Yes, you guys be in the rafters or whatever you're going to be, and I will be part of. Look, I'll put on a matching hat to be with the pillows. Martyr,
Perfect.
sure, why not?
Well, Imogen's not going to let you do that by yourself, so she picks up her old sword and goes in with
We
you.
cut all the safety ties.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we're going to be saying, like, oh, it's such a shame that you were so grievously wounded. I can't believe your whole leg is gone. What a travesty. Make us put on the safety ties in here with the weapons that, come on, now we can't even use them while we're in the room. That's so sad. Like, she...
Just super loud.
Yes.
Her whole leg is gone is my favorite thing. Barry's like over, like underneath one of the like benches, I think, like kind of where they would have people like sit and wait. Like whatever we've kind of rearranged to act as that, that's what Barry's ducked under. She has a hold of a scroll, like she's gonna use it as a baseball bat. I don't have anything that would allow me to be good at that, and Barry certainly is not, but she will track her.
I feel like
She's learning to be a little anarchist warrior, but she's not getting there yet, and that's okay.
she should have a scroll case, but like stuffed with pencils. That'll mess you up.
She's gonna get right on that.
A roll of quarters. Yeah.
Yes. It's in this moment that it occurs to her that that would be better than the scroll that she's holding. It's got the hard part on the middle of it, but it's paper. Like, it's not super hurty, but it'll work for now. That's all she's got.
Yeah, I definitely saw episodes 1, 2, and 3 in theaters, the midnight showing as a kid, because my parents are super nerds, and we would absolutely like, okay, well, if you gotta miss school for this, then go for it.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
because my parents would not miss a midnight showing to leave us at home. Like, that's dumb. They'll just bring us with them so that they could go to the midnight showing.
My parents never did. Well, okay, they didn't necessarily do them themselves, but they took me and dropped me off to many a midnight showings, and like midnight book releases. But like, I remember I was definitely in middle school when Lord of the Rings came out. But 78 was my dad's senior year. So my mom was already in college when the first Star Wars movie came out. So like when episode 1 came out, like mom was like, okay, we're gonna go. Like, it just took me and I was like, this is great. I had a good time. And Indiana
My dad
Jones
took me out of school one day to see episode 1.
I was the worst kid. I wasn't even a kid. I was an adult when the Indiana Jones, the 4th movie came out.
Oh no.
I was so into it. Indiana Jones is one of my favorites. And I was so into it until he pulled the skull out and it had the weird alien head on the back. And it's one of the only times I have said anything like out loud in a theater. And I was like, you've got to be fucking joking. And I was so mad for the rest of the movie because I was like, Indiana Jones does not do aliens. What the fuck?
You hate
Did you see the
alien
commercial
and
for the new
space.
one coming out?
Yes, I'm actually very excited. I'm incredibly
I don't know
excited.
if I am or not. But like, understanding that all the Indiana Jones movies are campy and fun and ridiculous, and like, I don't think too much about them. Is
My
kind of
favorite is Temple of Doom. Everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say that, but like, when I was little, I loved Temple of Doom because it grossed me out that they ate monkey brains and that she had to stick her hand in the hole with all the bugs in it. But like, I'm excited because I also love Phoebe Waller-Bridger. I love her so much, and she's got so many great things headed for her. But like, and I also love that Harrison Ford's like, hey, when I die, Indy dies with me. Don't reboot this shit. Like, when I'm done, it's done. Let it go. And I'm like, done. Good on you.
Temple of Doom fucked me up as a kid because of the whole heart pulling out
Kali Ma, fucking terrifying.
See, what I don't understand is that I never got to watch that as a kid, but I did get to watch the log truck scene.
I don't understand. Your sister skated some of those rules, and I don't know how some of the things that you got to see.
She showed me.
I know, like, she showed you, but like the things that you were also barred from seeing, like the way those two intersect is the weirdest thing. I
couldn't watch Rugrats, but I could watch CSI starting at a very young age.
No sense. That's literally dead people.
I was like 5.
It's literally reenacting people dying.
Yeah, no.
And Rugrats is just a bunch of babies going on adventures.
Could not watch Rugrats, could watch True Crime.
Actually similar, because my parents let me watch like The Dark Crystal when I was like 2.
I love The Dark Crystal.
Which gave me, I absolutely love it. I'm playing in a Dark Crystal Fate game in June, and I'm like super hyped about it. But I love it, but like I watched it for the first time when I was 2, and it gave me night terrors for like 20 years, literally. But I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob, so like I could watch Dark Crystal and Alien and zombie movies and vampire movies and all that sort of stuff, but I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob.
My parents let me watch a lot of things because, well, mostly my mom. My mom's a big nerd. But like they would let me watch whatever unless it came to like sex stuff was a no. Like I finally convinced them to let me watch, because I went to Catholic school, religious trauma. I went to Catholic school, and all of my friends had older siblings, so like they were getting to watch all of the movies that were coming out because they were going with their older siblings. So when I convinced them to let me watch Austin Powers for the first time, because we got it from the video store and not on TV, so it didn't have all the stuff cut out of it, and my dad would just fast forward through things, and I'm like, why am I even like we got halfway through it and I was like, I don't even want to do this anymore. You're fast forwarding through things and I don't know what's going on. But like all the nerdy stuff, nah. It was free game. I didn't like scary movies, so they didn't have to worry about that.
Also watched Scream very young. Ghostface is still my favorite to this day, and my sister and I bonded over it and have matching t-shirts that we wore Black Friday shopping.
Sorry, we're here. ADHD cats.
Yeah, so
sorry.
Back to the ambush.
We all did it.
Sorry, we're ambushing.
We all engaged. Yes.
Neurodivergent tables, you gotta love it.
Yep. The like I said, the pre-dawn light is coming in from the east. You start to hear birds singing in the treetops here and there, and as you start to hear that, the tone takes on a more like almost a marching tune, and you can hear it converging on the area. Most of you can see in the dark, at least somewhat, so you can see the shapes of the birds flitting about up in the treetops. Imogen true to form is... Oh, am I lost? Okay, no. Everyone was just really still for a second.
No,
paying attention.
I was just very honed in.
I was like, what happens next?
Imogen is true to form, standing out on the porch of this treehouse, just like looking up, just watching. Sword in hand, kind of over her shoulder, as usual. Just waiting for them to start coming down. And there's a brief silence, a really loaded silence, as they get into position, stop the bird calls, and rapidly, one by one, start to fall out of the trees and dive towards Imogen on the porch. Let me see. Is she going to be able to dive back in? Oh yeah, that's a 7. She's good. She's gonna like just tuck and roll out of the way as a couple of them just start to land on the porch and on the treehouse itself start like thugging against the ceiling, which Bitsy will hear because she's there as well. What are the two of you doing? You're not right there in it, correct?
I have a feeling she's got a hold of ropes. So she's going to be there to, like, maybe she rigged some things like her house, like where, like, things will, like, pop over the exits so they can't necessarily get out. Like, she's just going to start pulling and moving and shaking whatever she's rigged up in there.
Sweet. Okay. And Barry, anything in particular?
I am waiting under my benches. I have documented everything. Now I want to say that she's like just to the right of the door, like underneath something, and is kind of waiting because her first plan is to try to take somebody's legs out from under them. Because she does not know how to fight. She's just read about fights and what seemed to work for other people, and she hopes it works for her too.
Oh, makes me think of Gerard.
Oh, Gerard.
What was it? The swallow? The swallow sings or something about tomorrow. His sword fighting manual.
Bless his heart. She just read a bunch of stuff and was like, yeah, that was literally what she did for the rest of prep time. After she wrote down what you all were doing, made the fake plans, and she was like, I got an hour to kill. Let's read up on battle stuff. Fine that. Probably fine.
He's still just, oh, the agony. Oh, I'm so wounded. Oh, everyone in here is in such bad shape. I don't know what we'll do if we get attacked. She has just not shut up since the sun started to rise.
Perfect. Exactly what it should be. It's gonna be so good.
Sweet. Okay. So, Imogen got out of the way, got inside quickly. The first two of them are going to come through the door. They're tall and slender enough that they can come through at one time. Imogen's just going to go in. So she's going to attack with one of her moves, which is attack suddenly and without warning. So let's hit that. Oh yeah, that's another 7. Let's see. So she's gonna smash the spear of one down into the floor, but since there's two of them, she's gonna kind of overexpose herself, and the other's gonna get a stab in with its own spear.
Rude.
Yes. She's going to... I'm going to say she's going to mark exhaustion to avoid that. She's got limited resources, but she can do some. She's going to mark... You know what? No, she's going to mark wear on the bit of armor that she wears. She'll just take that... Instead of into the flesh, take it on some leather. So that's the two of them. Bitsy, you want to do anything in particular since you're right there?
I want to continue being grievously wounded until it seems like we have a good number of birds like around. I don't want to just wait till I see the first one and then pop up like, haha, because that would
Fair.
not help things. So I'm going to bravely stay the course as much as possible. Like kind of like hobble around and, oh no, they're attacking. We're so unprepared for this. And kind of look helpless until we get a good number.
Okay.
And then I will start. I think I've got a my weapon is says quick shot, so I think it's maybe like a slingshot, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't remember for sure, but I think that's what we talked about.
Yeah. So that's my thing, is wait till they're close enough and then be like, haha, suckers.
So there's a rule for tricking an NPC, but there's also one for tricking a group. Let me see. Where is that? I won't spend too long looking for it. Or not a rule, a move, I should say. New moves. This is a whole different thing. It's okay. We'll just say trick an NPC. We'll work with that.
That sounds very
I don't
reasonable.
want to break up too much time. It's similar enough for me. So that's going to be cunning, a cunning roll.
Which I have 0. Let's do it.
I believe in you.
3 to 5 is 8.
Nice. So a hit. All right.
Yes, Tardru says playing possum. Yes, exactly.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a few options there. You can. So let's see. They take the bait and do what you want. It's not going to be exactly what you want because it's not a 10 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But you can make them like hesitate or like rush eagerly in, kind of overexpose themselves to Imogen trying to get in there knowing that you're a target.
Yeah, I think the rush eagerly in sounds like what we're looking for.
Okay. So yeah, they overreact. So a few of them hearing you crying out, a couple more manage to get in to the door, and a couple more manage to get into like side windows. They're just like, we got her, forcing their way inside to try to get to you.
Good, excellent. Oh yes, I'm so injured. There's so many of us in here. Oh my goodness, I can't even believe.
I love it.
She lost a whole leg. What are we gonna do?
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's so good.
Look, I think we're doing great here.
This is actually a pretty solid plan.
It really is. For 3 people that have
Yeah.
never done this.
Just want to say for the record that I've made up ridiculous plans like this for D&D and they never go this well. Like, this is like working.
So
See,
far.
this is the system that you apparently have to do ridiculous plans in. It always works in Root.
Well,
Never works in...
I have no other setting besides ridiculous.
Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, this tracks. I feel that.
But yes. So what's the, like, consequence then? Or is there not one? I mean, an 8. No, that's a success. It's not a success with consequences. I don't remember.
Yeah, it is a success with consequences. They just haven't evolved exactly yet. But because of that, they're overreacting. You do get to take a +1 forward against them, which will mean basically like you have a +1 that you can add to a roll
Nice.
doing something against them during this encounter, essentially. It carries forward to use as you choose. All right. So they are getting in and quickly overwhelming. That was quite a stomach growl. Jeez. Yeah, I wonder if the mic picked that up, but it was like.
I will be watching the VOD later to see if it did, because I didn't hear it, but just in case.
I heard it.
It'd
I
be
thought
hilarious
it
to clip that sound. That's the new follower sound. It'll replace the Kool-Aid Man.
That'd be incredible. So yeah, there are a lot of them pouring into the building, and it could start to quickly overwhelm you. Imogen is starting to get surrounded with the now 4 of them that have come in the door. She's going to go ahead and stab at another one and see if she can't down one. That's a miss.
Your ass in.
So she's going to mark an exhaustion to not get hurt by that.
And then I don't know if there's a way that we can, like, if there's like helping. But at this point, once all the crows are, or once all the birds are in, it's like haha, and then slingshotting. So I don't know if that counts as like its own thing, or if that counts as helping, aiding her, or whatever. But
there's not exactly turn order, so you can declare that whenever you want.
Okay, well I would like to help her not die.
Cool. Okay.
Fair enough.
Itzy's over here like, call an ambulance, but not for me.
For you. but not for me. Yes. That. Mm-hmm.
I love that meme.
This game is so good.
I think I know what Barry wants to do. It may not go well, but I think it's what she wants to do. So my weapon skill is Confuse Senses. I want to get like on top of the bench or whatever I'm hiding under, and basically unwrap the scroll that's in my hands and like cover their face with it so they can't see.
Oh my god.
She's only been reading about war for like the last hour. That's all she's got.
I'm getting echo from you again.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
Sorry.
You know, it makes sense because nothing changed, so why wouldn't it do that?
Why wouldn't it echo now? That makes perfect sense to me. Who knows? But yeah. Bonditude.
Okay. So you're wanting to do your quick shot with your slingshot, correct? For Bitsy?
Yes.
Okay. Looking. Quick shot is it's a special one, I think, isn't it? FRQ. Yep, it's a special. So you roll with luck for that.
Oh, nice. I have luck. Okay, let's see here. All right. Whew, a 6 and a 1 is so 7 plus 2 is 9.
7, sweet. Oh yeah, it's +2. Okay, so choose one here. So you don't mark wear, or you don't mark exhaustion, or you move quickly and change your position. And if you choose your range, so you'd be at close range in here. There's not a lot of room to move around.
Let's call it changing position, I guess.
Okay.
And I'll say that like she like flies up into the rafters, so she's like farther away from them, or something like that.
Okay, yeah, you can get it further away. Yeah, there's ranges are like far, close, and intimate as you move in. So yeah, that's cool.
That's what we'll do.
Okay. There's also the option where you keep your target at bay; they don't move.
Ooh. So that would technically count as like cover fire for Imogen, almost. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. Let's be support once ever in Bitsy's life.
Cool. And then confuse senses. What is?
It's my weapon skill. It's the only one I've got. So I was like, you know what? Blinding a person seems right.
I don't know where that one is, but I'll find it.
There's
You
a
said
lot
last time with
going on.
sand, but I don't remember what the roll was at all. I just remember that I picked up sand because I made the pocket sand joke.
When you throw something, you confuse an opponent's senses at close or intimate range. If it's close or intimate range, I won't say you have to throw something. You could easily do what you wanted to and just wrap somebody in a scroll. It's a roll with finesse.
My finesse is a +1. Got a 7.
Sweet.
That lets me do a thing. He's gonna like just throw me across the room after, right? That's my consequence.
Maybe.
Not
So
even able to
on a
pick
hit,
these
you've
up.
thrown them off balance, blinded them, deafened them, or confused them, and given yourself an opportunity. Basically, on a 7 or 9, it's just a very short opportunity.
Well, I've blinded him, so if someone would like to work off that, go for it.
Yeah, you have one come in through a window, and you just pop up like, yeah! Pull his head back
There's
and,
like a war cry of a sort, but it is very high pitched. It is not tough at all, and it sounds way more like she's scared that she's gonna fall off this bird than like she wants that she's intimidating in any way. But she's
like a gopher scream.
right. Yes, that's
Just a
exactly
single,
what it
like, high-pitched tone.
is. 1000%. That's it. that noise right there. That's it.
Great, okay. And Cricket, do you want to trigger anything?
Yeah, why not?
Most of the birds are down there now on or in the structure at some point.
Yeah, let's say that she's gonna like pull something and it's gonna like make things slide down over like the windows, and I'm assuming there's one door to try and make things easier, so that way everybody, all the enemies inside can't get away. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my brain is starting to die.
You're good.
11:20.
Yeah.
It's a little tired. Plus, you have to drive.
I do have to drive. I have to drive tomorrow. Would that be like a finesse roll?
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll call it that.
cool, because I have a +2. Good, I needed it. That's only a 9. So it's 1 shy. But I don't want to take any exhaustion because I'm worried. You know what? I'll take an exhaustion.
Okay.
I'll take an exhaustion to make it a 10.
Solid 10.
All right. So you've trapped the birds and the 2 of them, well, 3 of them with Imogen, inside now. So hopefully they'll manage the fight well. With
I'm
that,
not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
That's the energy.
That's what I figured was coming.
That's it. That's the energy. Let's go.
I love it so much. As you do that, though, you see the Count, Count Goshawk, come down, like fly down to land beside you, carrying a big sword.
Me?
Yes,
Oh,
you,
fuck.
since you were isolated away from them. And he points it at you and says, "Drop it. Put everything down. We'll just have a talk."
I mean, I'm just holding ropes, like, okay. And she's gonna drop the ropes. Can I say that in the process of dropping one of the ropes, it triggers something?
You did have that great success, so why not?
I'm trying to think of what
Let's
it could
make it
trigger, but I like the idea that one of the ropes I was holding was me preventing something from happening, and by dropping
The rope
them,
you're holding holds up a giant block above his
something
head.
like that, or like maybe it's
What if you get them wet? Or something that makes it harder for them to fly, like put jam on them or something.
I was trying to think of something like like to do something to the ones on the outside. I guess I could have like rigged something in the tree that like would drop. Maybe it's like just random debris. We hoisted it. And like I'm holding the rope that keeps it hoisted. And so I'm just like
Just a bunch of like boards and sticks.
yeah, just like in like a big thing. And she's gonna go, oh yeah, sure, and she's just gonna let it go. It's just gonna fall on the people on the roof. Sure, no problem.
Okay.
I did exactly what he told me to do.
It'll immediately knock a couple of them out, just like splayed on the ceiling of the, or on the roof of the little structure you made. And he says, now, see, that's the kind of thing that I wanted to avoid. And he slashes at you with the sword. Let me see if he hits ya.
Then maybe check if someone's outside when you're speaking.
Maybe you should have been a little more particular on what you were telling me.
Over here with Joker vibes and very poor choice of words.
It was.
Oh my goodness. Snake eyes.
Yes.
So, no, needless to say, he does not hit you. In kind of a narrow space here, he gets his sword stuck on a railing, just briefly, just enough to open him an opportunity for you to try to counterattack if you want.
She's gonna just pull her big hammer out and be like, oh, that's not very nice, friend. And she's just gonna smash. I think she's gonna go for his hand so that, like, he can't, like, he not only lets go of the weapon that is stuck, but he can't grab it again.
Okay. Let's see.
I do have... Oh, that'd be 2 exhaustion.
Ooh.
But, hold on. Let me see if I can let me see if I can set myself up for success. Okay, so I have the nature... I chose the nature radical. Clear your exhaustion track when you espouse dangerous ideas to the wrong audience. So I'm trying to set myself up for success once we get to the end of this, and then we look at how things went. So I think I'm going to take my hammer, and I'm going to try and go for his hand so he can't hold the weapon anymore. Just be like, sir, you know, that's not very nice. And, you know, we're all just, I almost said farm friendly. We're all just trying to be a nice little community here and take care of each other. But, you know, when people come in and they think they know better than what works, that's when you just get problems, all right? Sometimes you just gotta blow it up a bit. I think that falls under that. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna spout out.
Sweet.
Before I
love that Dixie has rubbed off on you so much that you almost stole my farm friendly
I wanted to say, like, you know, we're all just trying to be farm friendly, and I was like, nope, that is the other game. Farm friendly is the other game.
That is the other game. Because I play a cow.
It's not very farm friendly, friends.
And now Mallory and Dixie get to say it because we play as both ourselves and our Muppet, which is not existential crisis inducing at all.
Why would it be?
Certainly not.
So with that, because I did that, I am going to take, I'm going to use my hammer has, where are you? It has a heavy bludgeon, so I can mark exhaustion to ignore their armor when I inflict an injury.
Ooh.
You're
Dang.
coming through pretty crunchy for me right now. I don't.
You just
Yeah,
started to
having-
crack
I know
real
the
quick.
internet and the computer
Why is
are
it
not
so
very
loud?
happy. I've also got some there's some updates that need to be run on the computer, but I didn't run them because I just needed to restart it fast. So that's going to be what I do when we get done.
Yeah, when we get done, we'll go ahead and just update it also in the
I
morning.
also need
I'll
to
come down and check it since I'm not going to work
refresh my
tomorrow.
video.
Try again.
Come back, please. There we go.
One more time.
But yeah, so I have heavy bludgeon, which means if I mark an exhaustion, I will, I get to ignore enemy's armor when inflicting an injury.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's not nice. What do I roll? Is that a finesse?
Let's see.
I don't
That's gonna be might.
think might. Cool. Fuck. Cool. Big ol' +0. Big ol' goose
No
egg,
worries.
gang. Oh, that's nice though. That's nice. That's a 10. 2 5s.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
Yay.
So you bring the hammer down way faster than he's expecting. And he tries to get his hands off the sword and like he sees what's happening, like sees it coming just barely before you hit. And he like loosens his grip and tries to pull away, but it's not fast enough. And you just smash in like completely on an unarmored spot, ignoring all of that, just smash in his hands, and you can hear a healthy crunch. You have utterly broken his hands.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
these feathery, like
got both his
all
legs
the
on
hands.
So he's doing better than fake Imogen.
It's fair.
True.
Fake images.
I didn't want to do that, friend, but you started it, and my mom always taught me, start shit, finish shit.
Like your mom.
She was a good lady.
And he cries, just screams like ah! Horrible pain. And
I think just to add
She
insult
shattered
to
his
injury,
hand.
she's gonna pull another ice pack out of her bag and just kind of try and hand it to him and be like, oh, okay, hold on. And she's just gonna like put it on the broken hand. Just leave that on there. It's gonna take some of the swelling out.
look, I don't want any part of this. Your people are crazy.
It's a little
I'm
too late
out.
for that.
They are in it to win it, man. I'm just here to help.
A small question.
Yeah.
Do any of them perhaps look like they would be important enough to carry documentation of any kind?
He does. The Count does for sure.
Cool. Can I try to pickpocket him?
You are not there with him though. You're with.
How far?
You're
Oh,
in the-
okay. Oh, yep. Other room. Got it. My bad.
Otherwise,
Can I
yes.
can I start making my way toward that room?
Yeah.
Bob and weave. I'm teeny tiny. I dare them.
Try to
Bob and
force your
weave,
way out.
boys. Bob and
Yep.
weave.
Bob and weave, baby. And you're as tiny as I am. Do
I just
whatever
realized that we're the penguins from Madagascar.
I want.
Yes, we are.
We are. I love that so much. Penguins from Madagascar were my favorite part of Madagascar.
They really were the best part.
Penguins and King Julius, and they were the only two parts of that.
They were the only two parts that got a spin-off.
So
That's true. They are.
he's there with his just smashed hands, and he's like, I don't want to fight about this anymore.
Okay.
Patchwood, you take it.
That
You
sounds
take it.
great.
I'll just leave.
Okay.
I said I'm doing this, but it's more like finger going 3 directions.
That sounds great. Do you have you got something that like makes everybody go away? You got like a horn or a screech?
Or a caw.
He'll do like a complex bird call. Just like, yeah. That's the follower sound.
A turkey hole.
And well, that'll take effect in a moment. But he's just let me out of here. I don't want to deal with it anymore. You win. You win. Patchwood is yours. Whatever you want to do, okay? Now, you might have some consequences later, but you know what? I shouldn't even have said that. I'm just gonna go ahead and he just starts to take off, fly away.
Okay, bye, friend. And then she's gonna go try and find Imogen to be like, hey, they gave up. Let's let them go.
So the other birds are still inside and are still having to like deal with this situation, even though they just heard the retreat call. One of them is going to, if Barry's trying to leave, one of them is going to try to grapple Barry.
Would I be able to, after he like goes to go away, like reverse the like sliding things? Because I mean, I would have to have something in place to let everybody out at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just say I yanked that rope once he left.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to, with one of these birds, try to grapple Barry. It's going to be a might roll, so we'll just see who does better, basically.
Not let them do that?
Yeah, you can try to just quick shot him. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
I would
the whole
like to
point of
do
the
that,
thing.
and I have a +1 that I haven't used, so we'll use it to this, where I'm like,
Sweet.
you thought, you stupid bird. Let's.
So you see one just like going down to try to scoop up Barry, and you're just like, what?
3 and a 2 is, what is this? A finesse? I think we said.
That is finesse, yes.
Okay, so I only got a 6.
Okay.
I would have
Even
utterly
with your
failed
+1?
if it weren't for that +1. So,
Bummer.
but hey, I mean, it's better than like a 1, I guess.
Yeah. So you do miss, unfortunately, as it like just leans down right out of the way as you're. I guess it's called a bullet from a slingshot, as you know, your rock or whatever it is.
Like a pellet, maybe. Yeah.
Pellet, yeah. Barry, go ahead and roll might.
Right.
Or, you know what? I'll say finesse for you, too, because you could try to, like, weasel your way out of it since you're so little.
There we go. I am. Quite tiny. That's an 8.
I'm not a weasel.
I am.
An 8 and 8, okay. So, I'll say this. Instead of re-rolling, they catch you, but not in a way where they, like, have a firm control over you. Like, you turn and are able to also, like, kind of counter grapple, so you're like locked in a fight. So this one here is going to mark it's one exhaustion to try to wear you down and inflict 2 injury on you. It's gonna just punch you right in the face.
That's fine. Can I try to injure them back?
Yeah.
Cool. I want to take that scroll that I've been carrying in my hand like a baseball bat and as hard as I can shove it up under their chin to like make their head pop back. Like as far as possible.
Okay. So if you're already in a grapple, you can just do that. Now if you want to inflict just 1 injury, you can just do it. If you want to mark exhaustion, you can get 2.
I'll mark exhaustion, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, I actually, and I'll use this now then, because I meant to ask you this a minute ago. Clear your exhaustion track when you enter a dangerous situation to try to witness a significant or secret event or meet an important individual. How do we feel that fits here?
I feel like the Eerie leaving the thing is a pretty significant event for the clearing.
Yeah. I mean, I would say so.
Sweet. I have 0 exhaustion, and he gets 2 injuries.
Okay, so you knock him out cold with this scroll case. You're momentarily trapped as this bird that's trying to grapple you just like falls unconscious on top of you.
Oh, okay,
But you can weasel your way out.
okay. Let's see. I am trapped under a big... Okay, never mind. I got it. I got it. It's fine. I got it. It's fine. I'm not good at this. Okay, it's fine. And she just kind of looks at him, knocked down on the ground, and was like, Am I a war bunny now? This is an existential crisis for her. She will address it later.
Imogen has been in there slashing away at them. She's already managed to injure one badly enough that he's down and out, and has got another one on the back foot. And these birds are starting to see the turn of the tide and have already heard the call to leave. Cricket, did you say you released the covers on the doors and windows?
Yeah,
and
I just reversed it so that people could get out.
Okay, so they're gonna not fully surrender, but like hold their weapons up and out of a fight stance and try to back out the door and just sort of easy and just start moving back. That's if no one reacts.
She's gonna let him go. She doesn't have any reason to stop him.
Barry knocked out a guy. That's all she did.
Look, the only reason she did damage is because he swung at her first.
Yeah. If he hadn't tried to grab me, we would never have had an issue.
Wouldn't have.
Meanwhile, Bitsy's like the
Bitsy's just tearing up.
Give them a ha and a hooah, and then I kick them, sir.
Okay, so they come out and see the Count taking off toward the north and just follow suit. Start flying away, and a little ways away you can hear a raucous uproar, people cheering, and definitely some feathers flying out, like some bright blue feathers flying out of a little crowd as they're like pummeling another couple of birds on the ground not far away.
I'm just gonna beat the shit out of a government bird.
I did.
Yep, sometimes.
I did too.
That's fair.
He's out cold on the ground. Barry's so proud of herself, but is also like panicking that does this mean that she is becoming like a fighter and not a chronicler? Like, should she have been in the corner writing?
Warrior sort of thing. It's cool.
Cricket's gonna come right back, like putting her hammer back in her belt, be like, "Oh, hey guys, I think that went really well. Good job all around."
You can still clearly make out Goshawk's like crippled wing end as he's flying.
I killed monarchy.
Imogen is like The what?
You remember the thing I've been saying all night?
Yeah.
Yes, that. Did you think it... I'm serious, you know. Were you not paying attention? Here, let me start from the beginning. And she...
That's... It all started 14,000 years ago.
I was born at a very young age.
You know, our friend did say something before he flew away. He said that we may have some consequences coming our way. I'm not quite sure what he meant. He took off before he could explain any further.
She said, well, he went north. He probably went... It's probably on the way to Ironvine. That's where the nearest Eerie Roost is, so... There's a roost. There's a lot more of them there. There's another good old growl.
Okay, so does that mean we need to go there? And also, are the consequences maybe just like a job well done? I don't really want to get it.
I mean, we just wanted this back, right? So we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I mean, you carry the fight up there if you want. I won't say no, but you're hardly required to.
Oh, I think we accomplished what we need to.
I mean, at least for right now, I wouldn't mind to go watch, but I'm not. Oh, I'm not a war rabbit. I'm not a war bunny. I wasn't really built for this. I was built to write.
Well, the problem with that now is we're like public enemies number 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you count Imogen. So I don't really think that they're going to like just let it go that easily. So not necessarily that we'd have to go straight into exactly their lair, but like we're not going to be able to just, you know, sit at home and eat like forest bonbons.
Well, no, but he also said that we're crazy. So maybe they don't come back.
Well, I mean, I guess that's fair that they wouldn't come back here, but like, do we need to? Well, I guess you do live here. I don't live here.
Yeah, I don't technically live here. I was just here to document, but also I don't understand how I made it to the top 4 worst people when it started with making a sign that said "fuck government birds" and putting it on a door.
Oh, that's
we
very
escalated
easy. So
very
you just
quickly.
Come out with me, and then it just sort of, you know, happens on its own.
So Barry, as you're there on the, on the same treehouse ledge where Cricket and the Count were fighting moments ago, you find a little slip of paper, like tucked in a tight scroll, pretty small, so easily missed. Find it just sitting on the ground, since you're closest to the ground at any given time.
Perfect. Can I, since I have this, I will look and see what it is first to make sure that it like fits the thing. But if it does fit the thing, can I use a playbook move?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, what is my little scroll though? I'll like sit here and open it up first, because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine.
So it's a bound piece of, like, just a little leather string, bound piece of old paper. Unrolled, it's got a surprisingly intricate and well-made drawing of a crown of sorts, but it's like a really thin and airy design, almost like a tiara, but like fully encircled.
Crown.
And the drawing is like colored, like it's really, really well made, and it's made of this what looks to be like some kind of light blue, like glassy material, with a note on it, just a handwritten note that says, "Ask the river folk. We hear they're looking for it too."
Intrigue.
I think this does work then, because you called it a note, and it says note. That's my criteria. When you examine documents, records, or assorted notes of an important NPC, which I would assume that he is
named after all.
Roll with cunning. On a hit, you discover evidence of their secrets. Your GM will tell you who would pay you for this information that you have uncovered. On a 10 plus, you may also take a 12 plus instead of rolling the next time you try to figure them out. On a miss, your search yields terrible news. Someone is acting against you or your interests in an unexpected arena.
Oh.
It's called Search the Records.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
That's cool.
Real glad I took it.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Oh, that's lovely for me. All right, that's a 10.
Oh, sweet. So next time you have to try to figure out the count, you can
I'm gonna write
just
a note
take
about
a
it because I
12.
won't remember.
Oh man, you get to figure it out.
Ew.
Pull that over from our Sunday game. I'm gonna roll to figure it out.
I'm gonna roll to figure it out. 12 plus. I will absolutely forget by next week if I do not write this down. Yay, ADHD.
So
Perfect.
what you have here, the drawing is something you've probably seen in your own reading and records before, not your own records, but and looking over old stuff. It looks a lot like what's described, or how this thing called sky stone is described. Something that, like a rare rock that comes mythically from the sky. And this crown of it, very loud dog,
Hey, Doug.
is rumored in some writing as like an old artifact, as like a what's the word I'm looking for? As like a
legendary
right of rule, like an almost supernatural right of rule thing for someone who has it. So darn near anybody would be.
Oh, like the stone of destiny that they have to put in the frickin' chair. See,
Sword in the stone, like Excalibur situation.
I meant the literal stone of destiny that they stole from England, stole from Scotland forever ago. From
Yes,
Scone.
but I understand Jenna's reference more.
I
because
do
don't
understand
do
Jenna's
history.
reference, but like I also understand like the whole thing was they put it in the chair and he sits in the chair and he's crowned on top of the stone and it's supposed to make it extra fancy.
So like there are a number of reasons any faction might want this, like to keep it from another faction, to use it to make their own rule in the woodland look more legitimate, to sell it, to break it even, who knows. A lot of people would want to get their hands on it. And even just to have a scrap of information about like who to ask for, or who to ask, and that someone else is looking for it is valuable information.
That's really cool.
Also, you would know that the river folk are the river folk company who run trade up and down the river. Yes. They are a little company of otters that run their rafts up and down the river.
Okay, so related to that, I'm reading a book series where there's like different realms, but like there are mer people and their messengers are otters that wear little yellow vests so that everybody can see them, and that's how they get messages back and forth. And I read it and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I almost played an otter. I thought about it.
I also thought
I was
about
surprised you
that
didn't.
real
I
hard.
know. I thought about it, and then I was like, but I'm just gonna be distracted the whole time. I love otters.
Okay, I will obviously like relay to you all and just be like, so it's a fancy crown looking thing. I think the big bird that threatened us that one time dropped it, and it's like a thing that falls from the sky. I've not written about it yet because I don't quite understand it, and I can't get to the sky because I can't fly, so that's a problem for another day. But it's like this thing where they think whoever has it is in charge, and they think maybe the otters have it. The river folk otters, to be specific. They are a family that's been in like trading up and down the river for 127 years. It kind of goes from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation. But yeah, they think they have it. The birds think that the otters have it or know where it is.
Oh, well, okay.
So, gonna need to go talk to.
Well, why
Do
would
I know what the like nearest town is that they would be out of? Because I don't remember where we are in relation to that river.
Yeah, so the river doesn't run by Patchwood. Here, let me see if I can actually share this. I have the paper. Or, wait.
So why would the river people want it though? Like, are they trying to be like a river king or something? Or just to sell it?
I don't really know. I guess selling it would make good money, but I don't think it would necessarily help unless they were doing like a highest bidder situation, maybe. But I don't know who would have the most money out of the birds and the cats and everyone else. I'm not up to date on finances. I should make a note of that. And like now that she remembers because she said the word note, she will take out the actual notebook that she has been given and start writing notes for herself and be like, update finances.
Wait, how did I just see that moth cloak from back in March? That is amazing.
I know, right? It's so good. I want it so badly.
Well?
March. Oh my gosh, that was so long ago.
I know.
I know.
Well, it sounds like if we want to avoid like either the cats or the birds or really whomever else, honestly, trying to like take control of everything, we should probably go talk to these river people. Well, I guess, and she turns back to Cricket and she's like, I guess we don't all have to do it. If your like home is, you know, like save the day or whatever, you could technically stay if you wanted to, but I still have like, I don't know, I mean, a while before I'll get tired and I don't have anything else to do, so I'll probably just go over there and see about not letting the birds, you know, do that, I guess.
You all gave me like 4 cups of coffee because I don't stay up through the night. So I've got time, I think.
Well, we're good. I battened down the hatches back home, so it should be fine for a while.
Oh, perfect. And I'm not really great. I mean, like I said earlier, with the healing people or whatever, like, my job here is kind of done. There's not really, I'm not so good with, like, the cleanup sort of thing. But we could just go.
Yeah, that's good. And you see her start to like look up at the sky every once in a while, and now that this has been like put in her brain, she's like, I'm gonna get one of those things that fall out of the sky. I want it. That way I can have it, I can write it down, and I can draw it, and it can be a thing, but I can't do that unless one falls from the sky for me. So she's just gonna, every once in a while, she just looks up at the sky and kind of looks around, and then goes back to the conversation, saying like, I don't have one yet.
I'm gonna see how this works. I'm gonna share my. I can't find your art drawing of the map.
Oh yeah.
but I'm gonna share. If you have that, great. But I looked for.
I should.
I don't
Hold
see
on.
it.
Let me grab it because I definitely
Okay.
finished it and I was very proud.
You sent it to me. I know I've seen it.
Oh,
I was
is it
gonna
in
share
our
my
messenger?
poorly hand drawn. I looked, but I couldn't find it. So I don't know.
It's here, I swear. I did all the things. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't have all the town names on it, but I know you know which is which.
Yes.
Because I had to. I don't have time to go pull it, but I did that one in Procreate, or I did that in Canva because it was better than my handwriting. Because my handwriting can be a little all over the place. Not bad, but a little all over the place. I'm gonna. Is Messenger okay?
Yeah.
I hate to do this, but my computer is not happy. I know. I don't want it to actually like drop our stream. So I'm gonna have it do the.
Well, I mean, this feels like a pretty good place to
Yeah,
stop.
that's why I
more
said
like-
something.
Needed the uprising.
Now
And
you
we're
have the
about to
map
go
for
somewhere
the
else.
beginning
Oh,
of next week.
Yeah.
Because we will be here next week. Oh, Star Drew, I'm not giving them this back. This is mine now. Star Drew was like, make a double of it. No, this is mine. This belongs to me. He dropped it. His fault. We'll not be giving it back.
Here,
Yeah, now we
real
have
quick,
our map
I
for
will
next
put
week.
it out.
And next week we gotta go talk to the otters.
Excited.
This work? Did it work?
We can see it.
Maybe.
I don't know if Stream can see it. I don't know if we have a map for this one.
We don't have one. I'll
Yeah, I was
I'll
gonna say I
build
don't
one
think
for
we have
next
one.
week.
We can build one for next week.
Oh, okay.
It's cute.
I was
though.
putting it on my screen, but I guess it doesn't share over Ninja. Oh well.
It just shares. to
It
us
shares
because we
in
don't have
Ninja,
a-
but like I don't have a thing set up to link it into the.
it doesn't
I
to Twitch, but
see.
it does to Ninja.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
I spent
good to know.
so many hours on that map, so I'm
It's
excited for you all to
beautiful.
see
I
it.
love
next
it.
week. Thank you so
So
much.
yeah, there's Ironvine to the north where the river crosses. There's Black Paws Dam to the west where it crosses to.
almost
There
did Black
are
Paws Dam
other
is where
places
I'm
too,
from.
but those are the two most immediately accessible.
I would vote that we go toward Black Paws Dam. That was almost where I chose to be from.
That is where I think is probably best. I would say. I'm trying to remember the
Considering-
terrain descriptions you gave me for all of this.
I'm just here for the vibes, so wherever is next is what's next.
You can always fly everywhere, which means you don't have difficult terrain to deal with. I am the tiniest of creatures and cannot be in difficult places. I will.
There is
up and
this. Ironvine is to the north, and it's where the Count just fled, and there is an eerie roost there. Black Paws Dam to the west is like its own government. It doesn't have a faction as of yet.
Oh,
And
well, that
there's
sounds
not
like
others, though.
prime opportunity to instill the faction that is the correct one.
True.
This
Exactly.
is not a game mechanic that we have, but are you telling me that you would really like to just establish that the bugs are our overlords in that town specifically?
All of
And
them.
let's work out from there.
All of
We
them. Let's
we
go.
talked about this. We have claimed this area for the Jeweled Monarchy, and now we're on our way to go claim the next area. That's obviously what we're doing. What else would...
That's
I don't know what Ryan had planned for this campaign. I guarantee you all that it
It
was
doesn't
not a
matter.
government coup in episode 1. This is amazing.
We're here for it.
I promise you one day we
asked.
will run whatever you wrote, Ryan. We will.
I asked if this character was okay, and you said yes.
I am
asked about
enthusiastically
the
in
monarchy,
favor of
and
it.
you said yes. So this is
My
not-
answer hasn't changed. This is everything I could have ever wanted.
We're
The minute
fucking
you
here
looked at
for
me and
it.
said, "Can I have a giant jeweled beetle necklace?" I was like, "This is it. This
Yes.
is the one."
I am not in the least bit wronged by this. I am going with it and having
It's
fun.
probably that's what you're supposed to do in this game, right? Make up a new faction and take over everything. That's
something
I'm
like
pretty
that.
sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
Why
that
not?
does sound
Yeah.
right to me.
There's
like
like
one
it's
sentence
a
thing in the
book with,
very
like,
back of the
thousands
book.
of pages, so I'm sure somewhere in it is how to do that.
Are we gonna read it? No, but we're gonna do it anyway.
All right, before we get too crazy, I don't have anything else for the rest of the week. I know Jenna and Mal do.
Ew.
Tell me about it.
Jenna, you're the guest. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first. That's fine. So, my name is Jenna. I'm one of the co-founders of Fem Gamer Party, and if you're free on Friday, we're playing another episode of Siren Squad because that's published now. Well, the text version is anyway. So, yeah, we're gonna our intrepid heroes are gonna go to a rock concert. It looks like. You know, some depth metal. So, oh yeah, frick, right, okay. So, Siren Squad is a game where you play Rainbow Mermaid secret agents, and you and your friends save the day using the power of teamwork and friendship. So, if you like mermaids and rainbows and magic and ocean critters and puns, you'd probably like my game. So you should pick it up on it.
It's a good time.
It's a great time. I will be in that this Friday. I'm very excited. It's me, Candace, Tina, and Faye, right?
I think so. Yeah,
I'm very excited.
it's the perfect cast.
I've not played with Faye, I don't think, but I love playing with Candace and Tina with like my whole heart. It's really great.
Faye is
so I,
similar. We're just gonna have the best of times.
are we also still doing homebrewery tomorrow? Because I believe we're both supposed to be on that.
Sure, why not?
I've been saying it all week, so I hope it's true, or I've been a big liar.
I mean,
I said it in front of Allie, and I did not get protests, so I assumed that meant I was right.
yeah. So it's probably fine. That's
We may
probably
or
true.
may not be doing homebrewery tomorrow at 5:30 on Fem Gamer Party to make a template for how to teach games very quickly. You may see me there drinking moonshine, you may not. We'll see what happens. But those are my last 2 games of the week. I've had a game every night this week since Sunday, so
Wow.
Friday's my last one, and then I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you should. Yes, you should do that.
But yeah, I think that's it. A quick reminder, we are not here Monday from Epic Born, but we will be the following week on June 5th. And during the June 5th show is when we're going to announce the next show. And I'm very excited. We'll premiere the trailer, announce the cast, and all of that lovely stuff. And if you want to see previews of the art and all of the things that are coming with the game, I'm not going to say outright what it is because I don't want to spoil anything, but you will see art previews and things like that. If you want to hop in our Discord, the channel for it will show up on Friday. The first piece of art will be in it on Saturday. And we're going to go every couple of days, probably every 3 or 4 days, maybe, depending on how much I've got done. We'll see what happens. We'll see who wants to theorize on what I'm about to put into
Unleash.
See what happens. Everybody knows what I produce for this channel. Like, I do the production on every show, but when it's a Mallory-specific production, and it's not a Kylie and Mallory split production, what do I pull out?
It's always heartbreaking.
Pain.
It's heartbreaking, and my
of pain.
one very specific review I've ever gotten is don't trust Mallory with phone booths. They never do anything nice in phone booths.
They don't.
Which is my favorite. Thank you, Mama Cat, for that review.
Don't ever
Hey,
answer
Candy,
phones.
we were just talking about you. How like
we were. We
the
mentioned,
cast for Siren Squad is just gonna be the best time ever.
Wonderful. Hi, Candace. But yeah, I will say of the 4 cast members, only 1 has played with me before. So,
Great.
as we like to say here, fuckle up, people, because I'm excited.
Again, thanks to Mama Cat for coining
Again,
that
thank you,
term.
Mama. I will be making that a shirt ASAP. I've been an alternative version of that has been requested of me, but we may keep that one in the cast.
That may just be
That one may just be like a cast sticker or
on the
something.
DL.
Yeah, that one maybe won't see the light of day, but the regular one will. But I think that's about it. I am super I'm so excited. I love this game, I love that game, and I love Muppets, and I get to talk about all three of them at the same time for a couple of weeks. Also, if you were not in the last episode of Muppets, I recommend you catch up before June 5th and then come hang out. Because the most wild things have happened, including the fact that all of us are puppeteers, like just us ourselves, and our Muppets and us are now all characters. So we have to make ourselves as level 2, whatever we would like, and are technically a multi-class with our puppets. It is the wildest shit that I've ever seen.
I will get everything updated on YouTube. I'm going home, but I should hopefully have some downtime a little bit while I'm there to try and get everything uploaded and up to date. I'm not trying to cut this short, but I keep getting pop-up windows that something is going wrong with my encoder. But I think it's probably just the internet. So have a wonderful night. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday for more craziness. I love you all. Be safe. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. And we will talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Go hop in Discord so you can see the things. Bye. Have a wonderful weekend.